Let's go, dude.
Yo.
Holy cow.
What is up?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Sorry, not to quote my
Grab a
own
beer, bro.
quote my own video up top. That's a bad look. That's on me.
It's funny.
That's on me.
It's funny.
It is. I do like
It's a
that
good
guy. I
bit.
like that character. I'm gonna expand that character. I'm gonna make him.
You should.
his own
You
series.
should.
Yeah.
Standalone video for that guy would be awesome.
I have one written. I'm filming it tomorrow. So pumped on it.
I
How
was
are you,
doing
dude?
that video. I'm good, bro. I was doing that video, like you're stuck in an NBA comment section or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And I saw that filter and I was just like, literally just put it on just to put it on. And then just to myself went, yo, what's up, dude?
Dude, that's what like my friends don't always talk about my which I don't need them to. I'm not saying like, why don't my friends talk about my content? But like,
Yeah.
they've known me for so long that they don't really care all that much. Like, not that they don't care, but you know what I mean? When I hang out with my buddies, we're not talking about my content, and I prefer
Same.
that. But
Yeah.
there is every once in a blue moon, I'll hit a bit that they really love, and they will quote it. And that one has been, dude, all my friends have been hitting me with the yo, what's up, dude?
Dude,
So
you do it
good.
so well.
Yeah, it's
That's
almost like it's me.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Um,
hey, dude, I'm excited for the show. I mean, we're coming off
Yeah.
a good episode.
Great episode
I'll say this,
with
man.
Theo Ash.
Hey, might be speaking too soon here. Might be getting ahead of it, but we got a little motion right now. We got a little
Do we?
traction. We
Let's
do.
go.
We
Let's
are
go.
on the up. We are climbing. I have never done a podcast. Hey, you know what? Clap it up for us.
Let's go. And for the listeners, honestly, clap it up for the people who listen.
For
You
the
guys,
listeners.
I mean,
we got to name our fans. We got to
I
name our
know. I
listeners.
keep trying to think of that. I don't know what to. I don't know.
We'll take suggestions from the chat. This is an advantage of live listeners. If anyone has a suggestion of what what you all should be called, our
Right.
our
If you
loyal
guys-
army.
Yeah, if you guys feel strongly one way or the other, let us know. Let us know. And
Yeah.
hey, if you listen even after the fact, shoot us a DM or something. Comment on a video.
Leave a
or
comment
something.
on Spotify. You can comment
Yeah,
on Spotify
comment
or
on Spotify.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a decent little army of YouTube listeners too.
Do we?
Yeah, like
That honestly
we'll
gets
get
me
like
fired up.
60 people like listening on YouTube every time, and then like
Let's go.
another 70 from Spotify.
Hell yeah. I like that.
We got a
I like
small
that out of
little
you
army
guys.
here, man.
Let's go.
I think this is the first time I've had a podcast survive the initial like up and then like slowly
launch.
go down.
Survive
And I've
the
never
launch.
gotten past the 10 episode point where you're just going down.
Yeah.
We
There's
didn't have
a
that big of
whole-
a bump either because we didn't
Yeah.
really promote that hard. So this was the best
No.
way to do it. It's just all growth.
Right.
Like 10
there is
listens the first time.
there is a whole graveyard out there in the great ether of the internet of failed launch podcasts. Just NASA, what's that rocket that blew up? The
Challenger.
There's a graveyard full of Challenger podcasts where it went up, it imploded, and it evaporated into thin air, and we're closing in on the ozone here. We're almost out into the stratosphere. So we'll get there. Hell yeah! Thank you everyone for listening. Let's go.
Yes.
We've got a
and
fun
thank
show
you,
today.
Dude. Yes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
You know,
I was
let
gonna
it
say
rip.
no. That's great. Hey, that's great. Let's thank you to the 5 viewers in chat right now as well. J-Dude, let's go.
This
Showing up per
endless
usual.
stream of just like this guy or this guy. Boozer twins or Morris twins, Jalen Hood Shafino or Jalen Williams. It's crazy.
Malik Beasley or
Malik Willis.
And these are the questions that I think people really want to hear. So I don't know where we'd be without you, J-Dude. Really pushing along the discourse on this podcast. So we appreciate you and your service for LNS. We've got a great show today. That isn't just answering questions of which Jalen or which Malik do we like better. We're going to talk a little bit of Skyscraper. I don't know if anyone saw Alex Honnold climb that skyscraper, but that was interesting. I'd love to touch on that. And then we are going to talk some NBA. We've got a lot of bad teams playing well right now, which is fun. A little NFL recap. We'll go over what happened in the NFC and AFC championship games this last weekend and our takes on that. I'm gonna have some things to say about the Lakers. If anyone's a Lakers fan,
I'm so excited for this.
Stay tuned
I'm
for that.
excited.
before we get there, we do need to hit a needs review. We like to open the show up with needs review every once in a while. And Dookie, I believe you've got a play that needs review here. We're going to review.
I do. It's a bit of a story. I'm going to try to make it as short as I can. But I first got to call it Gooch. He was late by 3 minutes of the show starting.
Gooch, you were late. I don't know if you were maybe just too locked in on your Impractical Jokers today.
Yeah.
But
I love the idea of someone listening for the first time too. And then like, just why did they mention this Gooch guy every time? And like the first few minutes of the show.
Gooch, why is Impractical Jokers involved? Hey,
yes,
listen.
He's our most loyal live chatter.
Truly.
Yeah.
And hey, show up to the pod. Listen more often. You'll be in on the jokes. I don't know what to tell you. We can't sit here and re-explain every joke to all of you guys. Show up.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
But anyways, so yesterday, actually, I meant to get to the gym this weekend. Just didn't happen for me. Just didn't.
A tale as old as time. Old as time, really.
I've been trying to hit like 4 times a week, and I was at 3, and the weekend was supposed to be 4. So I was like, you know what?
It's a good number.
We messed up.
Yeah.
We got to hit it on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Monday evening. And my girlfriend was like, hey, I'm going to do this class. It's lower body. She's like, it's as hard as you make it, is what she said. So I'm thinking it's not going to be that hard. So I roll up to the class, and there's like equal like men to women in there. And that should have been my first tip off of like, something might be up here. Because usually the all-girl class, they hook them up to bungee cords, and they're just like diving around the room and stuff, the 10 sets of shenanigans and whatnot. Okay. That's what I kind of like. I'm not picturing exactly that, but I'm picturing like, if someone says it's as hard as you make it, I'm like, okay, then it's not going to be that
that's
hard.
more when someone says like, oh, you'll be able to decide how hard it is. My instant thought is always like, so it's going to be pretty easy then.
Yeah,
even
we're going to be like bouncing around on a yoga ball. Yeah.
I will say I did a spin class one time that was all girls, and that shit
kicked your butt probably.
Cooked my ass.
Yeah. A YouTube like fitness girl workout with no weights will murder you.
Bro.
It's like 42 minutes. It will kick your ass.
Kick my ass. Yeah.
Anyways,
please. Yeah.
So we roll up to the class. They're like, hey, just grab some dumbbells of weights you're going to use. And I'm thinking lower body. So I grab like stuff, just something that I'm going to like do with like squats and lunges or whatever. I grab 12s. I grab 15s and 20s.
That's a good starting number.
This like little tomboy girl walks out, and she's got a whiteboard and she's writing stuff down on it, double-sided. And she's like, all right, as soon as the music starts, we're going to get going. These are your exercises, and we're going to be changing like different sets of exercises every song. And so first one, dude, I'm like freaking ripping through this stuff. She's like, if you finish it, it'll be 4 different exercises, like 10 reps. If you get through it, just keep going.
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm cranking through everything. I'm getting like three sets of each one done on some of these songs. And after like the 4th different one, she's like, all right, like we're going to do suicides. We're going to run suicides for this entire song. And it's Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is a long song.
Yeah.
And I'm like going like college basketball mode. Like I've been ripping weights. I'm like touching the line, like really going hard on these suicides. And like 3 minutes into the song, I'm just like, oh, like shit, this is rough. Like I'm getting tired. Because at first I'm like, the meme of the guy standing in the corner. It's like they don't know that I played college basketball and I'm an athlete. Like that's how I feel like during the first half of this. And then the suicides killed me. By the end of it, I'm struggling to keep a jog. Like I did it. I did not walk, but I'm struggling. Like after each line touch, I'm taking a step or two and then, getting on my horse. But
I don't know how I'd fare with suicides right now. I haven't ran that hard in a long, and I play sports consistently, but like
suicides are different.
I know how to gauge the fuel tank and when and where to like put my, but suicides would be, I don't know if I could do that right now.
I'm flying at the beginning, and then at the end, I'm hardly like jogging. And then she's like, all right, back to the mats and like grab, okay, this is what, and she keeps turning this whiteboard around. I thought this class was going to be like 25, 30 minutes, like maybe like just under 30 minutes.
Yourself at all.
It was like 45 minutes, dude. by the end of it, oh, and it's core too. I haven't done core in I haven't really hit my core in so long, bro, dude.
Getting back to core and getting hit with like a lady core workout, that shit'll have you walking funny.
Yeah, and Liz is just my girlfriend is just laughing at me.
Really?
Like every time I look over, and she's she's pacing herself and she's getting a good sweat in. Like it's a tough workout for everyone, but I'm dead. Like I can't do some of these exercises. Like we're doing squats at the end. I was like, I don't have it. An unweighted squat. My legs were shaking.
Yeah.
It was tough. And I'm calling, so all in all,
yeah,
I'm calling unnecessary roughness on Liz for not letting me know that it was actually going to be a hard workout. She's going to be mad. She's going to be like, I told you. I
got to tell you, ruling on the field doesn't stand. We're overturning that. That's entirely on you. You got to know.
Oh no!
Absolutely. No. I got to tell you.
When you say it's as hard as you make it, well, that's like you need to be like, hey, pace yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna die.
To me, it sounds like you made it pretty hard, and then you were just upset that you made it hard. You ran suicide.
I don't like
hard.
This version of you. I don't like who you're becoming.
Listen, you went to review. I'm just trying to tell you the rule book is very clear about this. Ruling on the field doesn't stand. Overturned. Overturned.
A wise man.
No unnecessary roughness.
A wise man once said to me,
"Fart dream girl,
bros before hoes." You must have not heard. You must have just never heard that one, huh?
I got to tell you, man. I listen. I'm a man of principle, and if someone tells you it's as hard as you make it, and you make it hard, and then you're mad that it's hard, I got to say that's on you. Shouldn't have ran so hard. Should have grabbed light weights. You should have known.
I wish I would have known how long the class was. That's one thing I didn't ask, and she didn't mention. Which that's not on her.
The time is the only point of contention here, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, to be fair, you could have asked how long the class is.
Yeah, I mean,
you assumed shorter. That also
as a man,
sort of,
if the roles were reversed, I would have like, hey, make sure you pace yourself. I know I would have done that.
Yeah.
But I think that her worst crime is just thinking that I'm like invincible and I'm Superman and I'm the most athletic person in the world. So I can't be that upset.
Sort of what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of a good place to be in until shit actually gets tough. And then you're like, oh my God,
I got to fight this guy.
You're just so scared and not manly at all. That's my problem.
Let's see if I can talk my way out of this one.
Yeah.
I've talked my way out of so many fights, dude. And just like ended up like just making people laugh. And they're just like,
yeah, that's the way to do it.
You're good. It's fine.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Sick.
Call is overturned.
Whatever.
Sorry. That's our first needs review where the call was overturned.
I guess we can't agree with each other every time. I can't wait to overturn yours.
I mean, you can if you're
an
want.
Idiot.
I'll be my play is also going to be gym related. I'm calling encroachment on the old man at the gym.
Oh no.
So I'm on one of those, the big like pulley systems, like the big cable machines that are like all connected. I don't know if you know, like I work out at a local 24-hour fitness. So it's like
I know
one
exactly
of those
what you're talking about.
cable machines where it's like 5 different sections of the cable machine. That's some triceps, some that slide up and down, some that are fixed up or down. And then there's like seats on either side of it that are pulls or pull downs, like that whole system.
For sure.
And obviously that's going to be a big, people love that stuff. I love that stuff. So I'm always over there. And just the other day I was over there and me and a bro who was probably a younger bro as well. We were both kind of hitting like similar things. And we were kind of doing a little bit of like, oh, are you using it? Like one of those kind of things where we were kind of trading off different things. And we ended up sort of just working out together almost, and you happen to, a guy's chill and you go, hey, if I'm trying to superset this, can I just work in with you here and you can work? And he was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we were, totally normal thing. We had a good rhythm down where it was like, I would finish my set. When he finished his set, I would go over and superset my thing while he was taking a rest, go back. We were doing totally fine. And then
are you just telling me you're breaking up with me? Is that all this is?
Yeah, I'm breaking up. Yes, I'm hanging out with Jim Bro now. And then this old man walks up when there's like a pause in the action because we were both like on a rest or whatever. And he's like, so you guys still using this? And we were like, oh yeah, we got a couple more sets. And he's like, okay. And just stands there. And we were like, Yeah, I think we had walked away to grab a new handle or something. I don't know. There was like a pause in the action where like our stuff was still by the cables, and the guy literally just like, I swear to God. Doesn't
oh
move.
My gosh, that's great for the list. I mean, I'm sorry for the listeners.
Yeah,
if you're just listening, because we're not going to be doing video on Spotify anymore. Connor just stood up very far away from his camera and just stared with his arms by his side.
This guy just stands so close to us and just stares at us for like a full 3 minutes, and is kind of, you can tell he's like mad that we're taking up 2 machines, but who cares? It's the gym.
You're 2 people.
Who cares? Yeah, it's also 2 guys. And he was so shocked at the idea that someone could be still using equipment, even though they weren't actively using it at the moment he walked over. And he just kept doing that whole like, okay, so you're using this one and this one? And we'd be like, yeah. And he's like,
it's like millennials.
Just do like, he just kept hitting us with like the kind of like slight head shake, slight sigh. And was just so close to us. And we finally got him to like walk. We were finally like, hey man, we got a couple more sets. Like, you just come back in a little, and he like walked away. And me and this guy like looked at each other. We were like, what the fuck? It was just so like, dude, go walk away. Get out of here. We told you we're using the equipment. Like, just walk away. Go find another thing. And one like opened up 2 minutes later. All he had to do was just walk to the next thing and wait for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was my first question. Was going to be like, what machine was it? Was it the only one in the gym? Is there nothing you could substitute in with a dumbbell like to change it?
Here's the craziest part of the whole thing. We were using one of the sliding up and down cable systems, and I think we were doing like try pull down and maybe like a bicep curl or something like that. I think I was hitting arms. We were kind of like going back and forth. And then I think we had done like, we were doing like like side delt extensions at some point or something like that. And I previously was hitting like I went from like the seated cable pull
the rows,
to like the other pulley. So me and this guy were taking up like both pulley systems, but we were going to be doing that regardless. I was just like, oh, I can superset because this guy's chill. So we were just taking up 2 of the cable, like the sliding cable things. And that's the thing that makes me laugh about this whole part is we finally were just like, I mean, yeah, do you want to like work in on a set? Like if you just, and he's like, yeah. He does 1 set of cable like curls, and then he's just like, all right, and just walks away. And
that was like, it.
That was it. You stood here and hovered over us to do 1 set of 10 cable curls. Like that was your whole mission here.
Maybe he was nuts. Fried.
It was nuts. I don't know. He was an older guy. So anyway, I'm calling encroachment.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll back that. I will uphold that call. Unbiased.
Yeah. All right. We are now officially 20 minutes in on just gym stories. So
hey, that's good. We gotta warm up the people.
True.
All right, but
true.
We can roll into
hot and bothered.
Yeah. We're gonna get everyone get a little agitated, get a little blood flowing. We're
gonna get everybody sexually frustrated so that they enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Blue ball them. But hey, we had a little football this past weekend. A little championship weekend football. We got to talk about it. And
wait, do we just want to briefly talk about how insane the Skyscraper thing with Alex Honnold was?
Oh, yes.
Super fast before we move on to anything else.
Girlfriends everywhere were upset.
Bro, we were live texting that with each other as we were watching that. Truly, maybe the most anxiety-inducing thing I have ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah.
I
like on TV.
Dude,
my palms are sweating just thinking about it.
Yeah. At one point, he was going up. There's a part where it's sort of like, as he's going up this way, it sort of comes out this way, right? It had
at the end.
The loops. And he wedges his legs in and like leaned back. And I was like, this motherfucker. Like he's just showing off. And there was another part where he's climbing up one of the windows and they went inside to like the window that he was climbing past, and you see all the people like, oh, everyone's like filming and waving to himself. Yeah. The wind picks up and just blows his like perfect 8-pack. Like the shirt comes up and you just see his just chiseled abs. And I was like, I think I hate this guy.
It's calisthenics king.
I think I hate this guy. Like I was like so jealous of him watching it. I was like, fuck, why can't I be this athletic? This
Dude, is so sick. Did you see that video of that guy making fun of his post-game interview?
Yeah.
Being like, I guess the biggest challenge was they didn't let me bring any snacks.
dude.
It's like, dude.
I had a script written to do a video just like that, and then that guy posted it.
Really?
And I was like, and he did a great version of it, so I can't even complain. It was really funny.
He crushed it. He really
did.
I
had a thing set up where I was literally just going to do like the exact same thing he did.
Wait, hold on. Pause everything. Someone just told you that viewers at smmbest8.online.
8.online. We got to go check that out. We need some viewers.
We should check that. We need viewers.
Holy cow, we got to check that out at the website.
Man, I thought Streamboo was the meta on getting free viewers in Twitch chats, but I guess SMBB Best.
No, I guess it's SMM Best.
Let's discuss online. That's hard. No one's doing that.
Yeah,
.online is crazy.
That's tough. And hey, look at that. Look at our mods in here kicking that guy out. The mods are on their game, bro. I love that. Let's go.
Shut up, Mod Squad, man.
Got in there and said, "You get the hell out of here." In Ward Howitzer.
Only other skyscraper thing I noticed, and I guess another girlfriend story. I told my girlfriend about it, pissed immediately. She was so mad immediately. She's like, "What? Like what?
About
they can
Alex
show
climbing?
this?
Yeah,
about a guy just climbing a skyscraper with no
just
like harness." She's like, "Why doesn't he have a harness?"
Yeah,
I'm just like, "Because you wouldn't watch if he had a harness on."
Right.
I'm not watching if he has a harness on.
No.
She's like, "This is barbaric." Like, and she was like, "It should be illegal." I'm like, "Well, I think it is in the U.S. to do this, but like that's why he's in Taiwan."
Yeah.
And she went down a rabbit hole of being like, "It's illegal." Like, and she did say, and I hope this doesn't get us in any trouble on like Twitch, but she's like, "It's illegal to jump off of a building and kill yourself." I was like, "No, it's not." I was like, "No, it's not." She's like, "Why would they try to stop you if you try to jump off a building? Like the police will try to stop you." I was like, "Because they don't want you to kill yourself. It's not illegal."
It's like not a good thing. The police can't just show up to that and be like, I mean, technically, legally, he's allowed to, so let him jump.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Liz. It was too funny not to share. It was too funny not to.
That's incredible.
I don't know the
legality of taking your own life. I don't know.
Well, it would be illegal if there was something to punish after you did it.
I suppose
that's why it's not illegal.
You can call it illegal all you want, but it doesn't. Well, I suppose, okay.
Hey, don't do that or else we're going to put you in jail.
The question I guess would become like, if you tried and failed, would you then be like,
we found you guilty on one count of suicide with intent or intent to kill yourself.
I don't think that's how it works. I think that they try to help. I think that if you are caught in the act, I think people just try to get you help. I don't know that you go to jail. I don't think it's illegal.
But it was just, she was trying to, and credit to her. She's a sweet person. And she was just like, I don't like the fact that this guy could die.
Right.
And she was trying to find some reason to be like, I don't like this. And it shouldn't be allowed. So.
And then unfortunately he did it and he made it like almost looked like it was too easy for him.
Yeah. He said he's going to climb another one.
Yeah. At some point he will die. It's going to happen at some point.
I just think those are so easy for him because he's done free solo, like way, way harder climbs.
Bro, and by the way, this is the last that we can move on to sports talk after this.
We should.
Free Solo is maybe the best docu. That's true. This is sports. Free Solo is maybe one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
I need to rewatch it.
Dude, watching him climb that mountain cliff, whatever you want to call that. Yeah.
I can't think about it.
Truly, it's maybe the most impressive feat I've ever seen in my life. I don't know that I've ever seen anything more impressive than that. Like, I truly can't think of one thing that I watched with my eyes that was like, yeah, that's more impressive than scaling a mountain, climbing up, using your pinky and like wedging it in like a tiny little like divot in a rock and just being like, yeah, I'll just pull myself up using that. It's crazy. It was wild. It was wild. Anyway,
only thing that's almost impressive. Oh, God dang it. You beat me. Who was first? Chad, who was first?
Chad, who was about to hit the segue?
Who's about to hit the hardest segue of
which segue do we like better? You know what else is wild, or you know what else was impressive? As a segue into, I'm assuming football. I'm assuming that's where we were headed with that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like your Chad populates before mine does.
Does it?
Let's just rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No, go ahead. You're good.
All right.
Go ahead. You got it. Segue.
Dude, you know what's just as impressive to me?
What's that?
Is the fact that you haven't been wrong about a single playoff game yet.
Oh, well, that's not true. I was wrong about my Rams.
No, because I'm going to give you grace here. Okay. And also just, this is not even grace. This is just the way the world works.
Yeah.
When you're talking about your own team, because last pod, you did not definitively give your pick. You're like, man, it's tough. Like, maybe you did land on the Rams eventually, but it took a lot of deliberation. Yeah. If you're saying that about your team, then it's the other team.
It means I'm picking the other team.
Exactly.
Okay.
When it's your team and you're like, I'm actually picking my team, or even if you're kind of on the fence, you're going to be like, I got us. I got us.
Yeah. Right.
But the fact that you deliberated for a while, you picked the Seahawks. So I'm giving you that.
And to be fair,
I Pats too.
Yeah, I did in private to people say I do think that the Seahawks are going to beat us. And I did say that I was really worried. Like that was the whole time I was like, I'm really scared. I don't like this matchup for us. I am worried. I think on record, I landed on, like you said, I'm going to lean QB experience, coach experience. I'm going to go Rams, but hesitantly. And I suppose as a fan of the Rams, that was me saying publicly.
You didn't believe in them. You're picking the Seahawks.
Hard enough. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, I got to say this felt like one of the first times I've seen Sean McVay not even get out coached, but have like a bad coaching game.
I agree.
He's kind of had a couple recently, a few head scratchers here and there where I've gone, I don't know, this doesn't feel like the Sean that I know, but we've won the game. So I go, well, it worked. So fine. But yeah, this one, just a couple of head scratching plays. The way that they managed the end of the first half, I didn't love. And there was again a couple times where I was just going, that should have been a play where we run the ball, and then the next one should have been a play where we run the ball again. And it was just there was at one point we had like it was 3rd and 2, and I go, okay, run the ball twice if you have to get the first down. And they threw the ball twice. I think they turned it over on downs or something like that. And it was deep enough in Seahawks territory that it wasn't a bad call to go for it. But you should have just ran the ball twice. If you run the ball twice as a good team, you should be able to pick up 2 yards. And there was just a couple of those plays, and I think I hate to boil it down to one play, because I know that in sports it doesn't come down to one play. It's not just one thing. There's a whole array of things that happen that lead to one thing or the other. But gosh, it's hard to point to anything other than that muffed punt for why this game went the other way. It really is.
Yeah, really, and that's that's the tough thing is that it is a lot of plays. It's always a ton of plays, but then there's one play that if it would have worked well, then it's like that would have cleansed, that would have absolved everything.
It would have changed.
It's usually the team that gets that play that wins the game. It's just the way it goes.
It would have changed
in a close game
so much of what happened after, because what happened was the Rams went from, well, we're hanging in here. They were just the first to score, but we're trading blows. And as a matter of fact, we can go into the half with a lead. That was when the game started. I was like, okay, they scored pretty quick. This might be a rough game for us. And then we punched back. And I was going, hey, we're hanging around. We're in this. This is going to be a good game, a high-scoring game, and it was. But we were getting close to the end of the first half, and I had hoped that we were going to win that game. Actually, we were getting to the end of the first half. I was going, hey, we could walk into the half up here. That's a good spot to be in with Stafford and McVay. I trust these guys to protect a lead, and if we're going to keep trading, I would bet on us in a game where we're trading. Yeah. But what happened was we went into the half down, I think 2 scores or whatever. And the whole rest of the game, the whole second half was just us. It was just us chasing a 2-possession lead. And
such a terrible spot to be in.
It's a bad spot to be in, man. And kudos to the Seahawks. I mean, they coached a great game. Sam Darnold deserves all the flowers. He had in the biggest game of his life, I think he had the best game he's ever had. He just played out of his mind. He's the new Baker, where I just go, the Seahawks need to just hand him 5 years and let him rock. Everyone's bought in on him. He can clearly play. Last year he had a couple of big game blunders, and he would shrink in big games, and I was honestly hoping for that this game as a Rams fan, but he didn't. He only got better. Kenneth Walker and JSN had their way with us. I mean, dude, Kenneth Walker looked like prime Marshawn Lynch out there. We had no answer for him. He kept squeaking out extra yards, and it was every time we had him pinned back, it was like, we'll throw a screen to Kenneth Walker, he's just going to go get a 6. Yeah.
No, that's the worst. And that's
couple plays we thought we were going to get him in the backfield, and he just would shake somebody. And then JSN, obviously, man, he's the best route runner in the NFL. There's no other way to put it. He's the best route runner in the NFL, and he was everything they needed him to be in more that game. That one-handed catch was special. Just so many plays. Dude, there was one play, he caught like a 30-yard like post, like an in-breaking route, and at the point of catch, he's up in the air and he gets rocked. I forget who hit him. I think it was like Durant or someone came through and drilled him while he's in the air. And his hands were so strong, he came down with it. And we had no answer. The secondary just wasn't good enough. That was my whole fear, was that our secondary wasn't good enough. And if Darnold got cooking, it was going to be a problem for us. It's exactly what happened. We got torched. We had no answer. We don't have anybody to blame. The refs did we got beat. We got beat fair and square. McVay had a head scratching day coaching, and we just couldn't make a couple big plays, bad mistakes.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on that with McVay, because I think we started to kind of sniff that a little bit against the Bears, because it's almost like he outthinks himself. He's one step too far ahead of everyone else, to where he does the opposite of the thing he should do.
Too smart for his own good.
Where it's like, I mean, how many times in the past 2 games where you're like, why did they not run the ball there? And I've heard a lot of like prominent NFL voices, like former players, analysts, being like, there were so many times where I was genuinely surprised that they tried to throw the ball in like short yardage situations. It's like, what are you doing? Like, quit trying to outsmart and just be simple and do the thing that's worked. And that's what I felt like they did. Like when they were running that one play, just spamming that one, like heavy, like 3 tight end set with Devontae out wide, and like anytime within 5 yards, it was simple and it worked. So they did it. And you get to the playoffs and he's kind of trying to coach a different way. It feels like, and am I smart enough to understand what he was seeing and what he was making those calls based off of? No. But all we know is that it was working for a while, and then all of a sudden, you start to see him not, or do things uncharacteristic to who he is and what got them to where they're at right now.
Yeah. I'm happy with how this Rams season went. We're in a great spot. We have a ton of really good picks, and it's sort of, I guess for me, it's sort of like, look, I think we just bring this team back. Let's rock one more year. I want to get Devonta Adams to the Super Bowl. I think it's pretty clear that they have the juice to at least go one more. But it is time to start looking for what's after Stafford. I still love McVay. I still think he's a top 3 coach in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't go away. I think he just has to come away from this with, like you're talking about, I think he needs to come away from this and go, sometimes I need to get out of my own way and just make the right, simple play. Even if it seems obvious and everyone's expecting it, it can still be the right thing to do, and it can still be effective.
He needs a dumb guy. He needs a dumb guy to follow him around all the time and be like, why aren't we just doing this? And right. Actually, I think that's right.
Realistically, we don't have a ton of weaknesses on this team other than like the secondary. And we can totally bolster that through the draft and a couple trades even. One of my buddies hit me up and was like, why don't we send Jared Verse in a first for Max Crosby or something like that? I don't hate that idea. I do think Max Crosby is a game wrecker and I like it, but I also love Jared Verse. And I'm like, this team is young. They're exciting. They're hungry. I think they have a good culture here. We're in a really good spot. We're a contender with a bright future. That's pretty rare. It's pretty rare to be a contender that doesn't have a ton of holes in the team, has a lot of draft picks that even like, I think we have the 13th pick in the draft this year because we made a trade. I think it was last year anyway, the long and the short of what I'm trying to say here, I just winked for those listening, is I'm happy with the Rams. I'm happy with where we're at. I love this team. I think they've been incredibly well managed. I think we just got beat. It's simple as that. And I think we come back.
Lost to a really good team.
Lost to a really good team. I think we come back next year as a contender again and compete for a Super Bowl again. And that's pretty much where it's at. I'm happy with the team and how they performed. I wish they would have won, obviously, but it is what it is. I do think the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. That would be my prediction. But I do think that it will be a closer game than people think it is. Yeah. I'm not a Patriots fan.
You're picking against Prince?
I'm picking against my sweet Prince, Drake May. I think the Seahawks are a more complete team with more weapons. I think that they're going to go into this game and they're going to come out really fast. And they're going to come out and they're going to swing first. And I
agree. Finish your thought, but we should save our preview for next week.
Totally. I was just going to say
a big part of our episode next week.
Young QB second year in the league it's going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit too much for him to handle in that moment. Totally.
Man, I'm a little upset.
Okay. Why is that?
I thought you were going to be on the Drake May train and going against the division rival. Like, are you rooting for the Patriots to win?
Yeah, obviously I want Drake and the Patriots to win.
No, this is okay. Now I'm okay with this. But I wanted you to kind of be in and I wanted you to do the thing that I do where you convince yourself of the thing that you want to happen.
No,
and you just say no, this is going to happen.
Yeah, no, unfortunately I'm incredibly grounded in reality. And I know that the reality is that the Seahawks are likely going to win this game. But I want the Patriots to win. I want Drake May to upset the Seahawks and surprise everybody. That would be awesome for me and my narratives. But I've also, I want to keep my record going. I'm batting like 90% right now with this playoff run.
You're 1,000. You're at 1,000.
I appreciate that. I'll take the caveat.
I'm giving it to you.
Thank you. I'll take that. I will take the bat in 1,000. But if I can go in this whole thing and only being half wrong about one game, that's a pretty good podcast season for me.
That is. So. Hey, you're an oracle. That was my note on this for the show notes is Connor an oracle?
And then below that, Patriots slander per usual, which is probably why
that wasn't me.
Bummed
Check
you out.
And see who that's from. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. But let's talk about that game. This is one that I did not convince myself. This is what's going to happen. Patriots are going to lose. But for anyone who didn't watch, the Patriots lost to the Broncos 10-7. It was
Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7.
Sorry, Patriots. No, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. The Broncos lost to the Patriots.
You just wanted it to be lost so bad that you.
I did. I wanted them to lose to Jarrett Stidham so bad.
I know.
And if they don't if that field goal doesn't get blocked, but at the end of the day, you do have to. I got to give credit to Drake May. He was lights out in that game. 86 yards, no throwing touchdowns, ran one in. He was unreal. Yeah. He's just adding on to this playoff resume that are making that when the Patriots win the Super Bowl next week, this is going to be considered the greatest run of all time by a quarterback. Right.
Yeah.
Single-handedly carried his team through every single game.
I wish we could see unreal, man. I wish we could see how Josh Allen and the Bills would have played in this game. But unfortunately, per usual, they weren't good enough to make it there. So
that was you're just being mean. You're just being mean. This is just mean of you. Is this what we're doing now?
Yeah,
I think Matt Stafford might be dead next year. He was laying on a fucking table with electromagnetic pulses in the preseason this year.
Listen,
maybe he's just gonna die.
You come in here and you do your snarky, sarcastic. Oh no, got credit where credit is due to Drake May. Listen, man.
Wait. What do you mean snark? I'm dead serious.
Everyone can say.
I'm tired of. Look, I'm a Drake May guy now. I think he's good.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing exactly what PFT did on part. Yeah. This week he just flipped it and was like, you know what? I guess I'm a Drake May. He's been unstoppable in these playoffs.
Listen, everyone can say whatever they want about easy schedule, easy pat, whatever. You still have to win the game. You still have to do the thing. You still have to win the game.
Dude, you still have to beat Jarrett Stidham in a blizzard when you're up 3 points when a torrential just snowstorm happens. You have to beat him, bro.
You do. Correct.
And you got to fumble 6 times too. You got to do that to win.
Hey, as long as there is a W on the stat sheet after, you won the game, you move on to the next round.
This is so
He's
dumb.
a second-year QB that didn't throw a ton of yards in a blizzard.
He didn't throw for a ton of yards in every game this year except for one. He threw for 380 yards one time. Yeah, because his team is good. His defense is very good.
Correct.
And he just gets I need to find the stat that is like drives per game. How many times does a quarterback get the ball every game? And I guarantee you Drake May is top 3 in the league.
Sure.
Guaranteed.
Maybe. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Points per drive, probably bottom of the league.
And I'll tell you what, as a second-year QB, that is to be expected that he isn't unbelievable with the ball every single drive. And that being said, it's still impressive that he's made it to a Super Bowl.
Hold on. Are you just a big believer? Were you like the biggest believer in Chicago Bears Nick Foles and like throughout the first game or 8 games of the season when they were 8? Were like early, they were 8-1 or something like that. Were you just like he's my MVP, man, dude? He's just lights out, man. He's just so good.
What happened in the back half of the season?
Hey, when there's a W,
yeah.
But I'm not asking about the back half. I'm asking when the Bears were like 8-1.
Yeah.
With Nick Foles, and they were just winning games, not by Nick Foles, doing by any sense of the word. Were you just like the biggest Nick Foles guy? And you're like, that's my MVP right now.
Did he sustain it across an entire season?
I'm not asking. I'm asking in that moment.
I didn't say that I thought Drake May should be the MVP 7 weeks in. I thought it was still a toss-up.
Tell myself that you did. I'm going to convince myself that you did.
I bet you are.
I bet you did. I just did it. Listen, you did do that, actually.
I waited until probably about week 13 to go, hey, Drake May's in the MVP conversation. They are winning games. He does look good. They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat. No other QB really looks all that great outside of Stafford right now, so I get why he'd be in the MVP conversation. And then they made it to the Super Bowl. So I was kind of right. Regardless,
the MVP is not a playoff award.
Regardless of the nuance around him being carried, the defense has been great. That's all good and well. I don't know what to tell you. They won. They won games.
This conversation now.
They won.
They're going to the Super Bowl, and actually, it's going to be great because I think they're going to get diarrheaed on. I genuinely think the Seahawks are going to beat them by 20 plus, like 3 scores. And I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be incredible.
I think it'll be a closer game than people think it will be. I think the Patriots will cover the spread. I'm assuming the Seahawks are going to be a favorite.
Do we have a line yet?
I don't know. Probably.
Let's see.
But I think the Patriots will. I think it'll be within a 2-touchdown game at the end. It may be like Seahawks by 10 if they score a touchdown and kick a field goal. But I think the Patriots are going to be a more formidable opponent than people think they are.
Sorry, I'm listening. There's screaming going on outside of my apartment.
Oh my God. Do you need to go help somebody? What's going on, dude? I wish I could hear.
I have a really loud neighbor.
Oh.
Like she's just very like friendly and just loves to talk to people. And maybe she ran into someone, but and she's got to be standing right outside my front door.
I can't hear.
That was it just sounded like a woman screaming, and that's
scary. No, you should always pause. If you hear a woman screaming, you should definitely always pause and make sure they're not screaming help.
yeah. I took out my headphones
if you want. I can talk.
It sounds like. Just give me a second.
Go ahead.
I'll spew some bullshit about Drake May or something.
I'm going to talk about how good Drake May is while you're gone.
Sucks.
All right, chat. Here's what I need from you guys. We have 4 viewers in here. When we get back, I need chat to just hit Dookie with every possible I believe in Drake May you could possibly hit him with. I need Dookie, can you give us your thoughts on why Drake May is the best quarterback in the NFL? Just spam him with Drake May.
Done. Right. Done. No more.
Fuck, dude. You should have heard the propaganda. The Drake May propaganda I was spewing, dude. It was awesome.
I looked out my front door, by the way. There's no one there. Like, I don't know what I was hearing.
Whoa. That's kind of weird. You should get that checked out.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, I live in the murder capital.
Yeah.
Well, one of the murder capitals of the world.
Good.
It's going to happen, man.
It's good to be aware.
It's going to happen around here.
Speaking of our teams, by the way, if we want to switch gears here a little bit.
I pulled up the odds. The opening line is Seattle 3.5 points.
Oh wow, that's
so that's what I expected. Honestly,
that's actually So Vegas thinks this is going to be a closer game than people I think are than the.
I didn't think it was going to be a 7-point like spread. I mean, I'm taking Seattle to cover. Like I think they're going to.
Yeah, at 3.5. At 3.5, I would say they might win by a touchdown. Yeah, I would probably take that.
If you're a betting person, I would put a bet down now on the Seahawks to cover because I guarantee you that line will end up somewhere closer to 6.5.
Yeah, that'll probably move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. I hope Drake May goes out and just throws for like 400 yards. That would be so
I think he's going to throw like 3 picks. He's playing against the best defense in the NFL. Yeah, this is the best defense in the NFL.
He's a second-year QB playing against the best defense in the league in the Super Bowl is a recipe for disaster. But I'm just saying it would be so unbelievably funny if he went out and just cooked everybody. So
if he did, like, dude, I mean, I felt it. Like the world feels a little darker that now that the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. Like I genuinely, I'm like, I've had the thoughts of like, I think like life just seems worse right now in general.
Really?
Like I can tell a shift in my mood of just like, I feel like the bad guys are winning again. And I don't know if you have any Patriot fan friends. I guess Pointer brothers are Boston guys, right?
Yeah.
Dude, they're the fucking worst. Not the Pointer brothers specifically, but Patriots fans. They're so smug.
Yeah.
And just like just be like, yeah, this is what we do. You know, I didn't think we'd be back here this fast.
Yeah,
you know,
it is crazy to go from Brady to Drake May. I mean, obviously that's
I don't
crazy.
even think, you know, I heard something today as well. Shout out Pardon My Take podcast. But they said, who else was the second-year quarterback that was, you know, won the MVP, which Drake May will probably win it, won the MVP his second year in the league and went to the Super Bowl in his second year in the league?
Was it
Dan Marino?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Dan Marino.
Yeah.
And he never went back. He lost and never went back. That would be awesome. I would love that so much. Dude, it's the Patriots, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hey, have a little more hatred in your heart. I know you're like this like kind, loving guy or whatever, but hate something other than Aaron Rodgers, okay?
Why? Hate
for
something?
Being
you want me to hate
essentially like
a
Cali guy. You're like, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. He thinks he's cooler than everyone else, and he's kind of overly confident and smug. I don't like it. Like that's the entire state of California. All right, you can't hate him for that reason. You got to hate the establishment. The Patriots are the establishment. The rich getting richer.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't know. I just think I think. Listen,
then you're lost, Anakin.
Listen. I think that Bill Belichick not being a first ballot Hall of Famer is legitimately ridiculous. I don't know if you saw that. That came out today.
Oh, I did see it. That is absurd. I'm a Belichick respecter.
Dude, you have to respect at some point
I think it's because of Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to respect at some point the when someone wins that much, you have to just kind of go, hey, credit where credit is due. You win. I'm not saying I love the Patriots. Obviously, you know, I don't want to see the team that was just good be really good again, but I also can't hate it. They drafted well. They drafted the right guy. They did well to build the defense and make a good defense. TreVeyon Henderson looks pretty electric, although he wasn't great in the playoffs, but regardless.
But that's why they have Stevenson. I mean,
they went out and got a great coach. They went out and got a veteran wide receiver to help. I mean, dude, they've done the right things. I can't be mad at a team that's doing all of the right things. They beat a bunch of bad teams, but they did what they were supposed to do. I can't be mad at that. You know,
I can be mad at them for it.
I'll tell you who I do hate is Real Madrid. If you want to,
give me a little soccer talk for a bit here.
There is nobody that I hate more than Real Madrid. I'm a Barcelona fan. I got to say, there is no team on earth. I'm a Lakers fan, a Rams fan, Barcelona fan. Those are kind of my big three, right? So my rivals are the Niners, who I do hate, but, you know, whatever. The Niners, the Celtics, and the Clippers, and Real Madrid. And I got to tell you, dude, there is just something about Real Madrid and their fans that whatever hatred you feel in your heart for Drake May, you've described Drake May as your Al Qaeda, as like a you know, because he went to UNC and
Patriots.
Every step of the way, he's been your
terrorist.
Rival. Yeah, he's a terrorist to you. Whatever that feeling is, double it and give it to the next person. That's That's the hatred in my heart for Real Madrid and their fans. It is unbelievable. There's a whole, we could get into the weeds on this about Real Madrid like bribing refs and the league throughout history, and they are evil to me. They are the Illuminati as far as I'm concerned. I can't stand them, and they have this habit of anytime I see a player that's like really good that I don't like, Ronaldo, Vinny Jr., like they love to have the player in soccer that I get that he's good, but I can't stand him. Like I get that he's incredible. I can't deny that, but I fucking hate this guy. They always get that guy. It's so frustrating. And there's El Clasico, obviously, which is Barcelona versus Real Madrid. And that rivalry gets my heart rate up more than any rivalry in sports. So if you want me to have pure rage in my heart, it'll come when we tiptoe a little more into soccer.
Let's see.
And there was just an El Clasico recently, and Barcelona won. So
yeah, we talked about it on the pod. They fired their coach. Real Madrid fired their coach,
Real Madrid
right?
Fired their coach right after. Yeah, felt so fucking good, dude. Also, I'm getting hate.
That is like peak. I mean, when the Mavericks beat the Jazz in the playoffs, and then the Jazz blew it up, I was like, that's pretty good. That's cool. Yeah. I didn't even hate the Jazz. I was just like, it sucks to suck, dude. Yeah. I can imagine if you do it to a team that you hate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, I just want to say I'm getting hate in the chat from what seems to be Pat's fans is what I would assume. I just want you guys to know I've been on your side. I don't know why you're giving me hate. I wasn't going
to show any like attention to that.
I'm getting so much piece. Rams stink. I can't believe you guys lost. I was rooting for the Pats. I just said I hope that the Pats win the Super Bowl. I've been a Drake May stan this whole season. Why am I getting hate? Why am I getting the hate? This is crazy. I'm talking to give the hate to Dookie over here. He's the one that hates Drake May.
Yeah, I do. Ridiculous. I just wanted to point out a chat that is way better than any bashing the Rams for whatever reason chats in there. But oh brother, we out here. By the way, hard username. I say it every single time I see it.
True.
Goat, who do you like for Bubble Butt of the Year? They're announcing it for the first time at NFL Honors. I got one.
Yeah, I was gonna say right off the top, I feel like Saquon's got to be in the convo. Saquon. I mean, the Eagles.
Mine wins.
The Eagles may have bubble butt team in Hurts and Saquon and AJ Brown.
Hurts is a good pick, but
they may have the all bubble.
The name that I'm about to say. The name that I'm about to say is going to blow everything out of the water.
Yeah.
CJ Ham. CJ Ham has the biggest ass I've ever seen, bro. Can we pull up I'll mark this for a clip.
Yeah.
We got to put up a picture of CJ Ham from behind. I mean, and running backs are always up there just because proportionally, their asses are just huge.
Sure, they have to be sort of by necessity.
Talking about it like this.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Right.
Proportionally, they are. Speaking of proportionally huge things, and I'm going to change the subject, so if you had something else to say.
No, all good.
But no, do you remember when they would show a slow motion clip of Frank Gore and his balls would just be bouncing around in his pants? He didn't wear anything. He was just raw dog in his football pants, and his balls would just be
just dangling. Yeah, kind of.
It's like slow motion clips. Yeah.
Honestly, as a player, if your problem was that your nuts were too big, not a bad problem to have.
They don't fit in underwear.
Every time you cut to review, you're just like, sorry, guys, you're going to have to look away. My freaking hog and balls are too big. Sorry, everybody.
Big balls cool, though? Big penis, cool. Big balls, okay. Well,
I think big balls are cool if you also have a big hog. If you have big balls,
you don't have a big penis?
Yeah, big balls, little penis is almost worse. I'd almost rather have little balls, little penis than big balls, little penis. To be fair, you think your dad will ball bag greater than Shaft?
I don't think. I mean, there hasn't been anything disrespectful to women or swearing, so I think my dad is okay with this.
Yeah, true.
Big respect to our women.
Yeah,
shout out Bill.
Shout out women. Chubb Fondue said CJM from the rear is not safe for work. That's so sick. Chat. Get CJ Ham AI, make it bounce ASAP.
Yeah. Jarvis, make CJ Ham 11 feet tall and a woman.
Grok, put CJ Ham in spandex, oil him up. Automod held a message for sex-based terms, and it was, "Oh brother, we out here saying," what did he say? Oh fuck, it's brother, oh brother, we out here saying, "Gotta love a grown man ball bag." Allow.
Where's our mods? Our mods should be taking care of this.
Yeah, mods, right. Get the ball bag chat fired
Goodness
up.
Goodness gracious,
oiled
what
up.
the hell are we doing?
What about the France penis gate scandal with the pole vaulting batting with the LA Olympics coming up?
What?
So true. You don't know about this? You haven't seen this?
No. The France Dookie. Penis pole vaulting scandal?
Dude, there was a pole vaulter for France that
was using his penis to pole vault?
No, he wasn't using his penis to pole vault. That's insane that you would say that. No, that wasn't the case at all.
That was a joke.
I know. No,
I didn't actually think that he was using his penis to pole vault. Anyways,
oh brother, we out here said I missed the P gate scandy. Yeah, the penis gate scandal. There was a fellow at France that apparently was just he had an incredibly well endowed French cock. He had a
pausing and then ending up with cock is crazy. I think you're gonna come up with like some sort of phallus. I think you're gonna go the phallus direction.
No, you can't pull any punches here. There's no denying it. The man just had an awesome French cock. He had a
I'll take the French cock.
I'll take the French cock, please.
Side of rice.
Yeah, the fella just had a piece on him. So he was pole vaulting and he hit the thing and he sort of did the whole thing. However they do, the feet went up in the air and he went to go rotate and get over the bar. And his big, huge French cock hit the bar.
Was he otherwise over if it wasn't for his massive dong?
Yeah, wow. He cleared it. And then you literally see through like the tight spandex, whatever they wear, that one piece they wear, or whatever that is.
Yeah, the onesie.
Yeah, and it
leotard.
You see it, the leotard. You see it just smack the pole, and he's like laughing. Like everyone. There's no denying it. Everyone that was there saw it. He felt it. Obviously, he saw. And it was a huge scandal. It was the French P-gate scandy, as they say.
Wow.
Who was the dude?
That's crazy.
Chubb Fondue said, "Who was the dude that ran a 40-yard dash and had his twig and berries pop out?" I don't know.
I've heard about this. I've
really
heard about this. Yeah, but I have no clue who it is.
We should do a naked 40.
Oh. Wait, hey, when we get together in LA, we're going naked 40. But I know what he's talking about now. It was like I think it was a well-known NFL player. Yeah.
Chris Jones?
Was it Chris Jones?
I don't know. Gooch just said Chris Jones was massive.
I think it was.
And then Trev said his pipe was like Alex Honnold gripping onto El Cap. That doesn't even really make sense, but it is funny. I don't know how that makes sense.
I mean, that forearm strength, bro.
Oh, you're talking
we never talked about Alex Honnold's forearms.
Oh, dude,
just monsters.
Vascular. Yeah, dude. He got up to the top. When he got up to the top and he was just like, "Oh, cool. Nice." When he got up to the top, he was just the most nonchalant guy of all time. He's like standing at the top of like a pyre at the top of one of the largest buildings in the world. And he's like looking over. He's like, "Yeah, pretty sweet. Pretty cool.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. Yeah. Great." Oh, the pole vaulter. Okay, I see. The pole vaulter.
That was the Alex Honnold reference.
The pole vaulter's French cock gripped onto the bar, sort of similar to how Alex Honnold's was gripped on El Cap.
Good joke, Trev.
Thank you, Trev.
Good job
for the clarification.
All right, we got to move on. This has been good. This has been good. I don't even know, where do we start? Like when we transitioned out of football.
I don't know.
We ended up with
get on to
big bubble butt of the year.
Bubble butt of the year.
Butt.
Yeah.
We went to balls. Went to French penis.
Yep.
And ended up. I guess
kind of back with French penis. We sort of went full circle French penis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris
Jones, dick and balls popping out, and then French penis again.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, we were talking about Real Madrid
soccer,
and why I hate them so much.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I was trying to figure out if Drake May, by the way, doing some research on the side, if he was a Real Madrid fan, but he's a Man City guy.
Okay, good. I thought you were about to say I was trying to figure out if Drake May was circumcised or something like that. I don't know. I didn't know if you were still on the cock talk or something.
Circumcision talk?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were like trying to hit like Drake May actually has a small penis or something like that.
The Jews, Israel, they do love the Patriots. Robert Kraft, Netanyahu, known longtime friends. That is a thing, actually. So maybe they took Drake because he left the hoodie on. You never know.
Yeah, true. Maybe they just really like that about him.
Yeah,
maybe they really like that he was just suited up.
Jerry Jones have seen all of his players' penises.
There's like a weird story about that, right?
Yeah. He was bragging about how he walks around the locker room. He's like these boys got some hogs on them. All right, I can tell you what.
You know what? That is crazy, but I will say, as a player, if my owner went out and he was like, "Tell you one thing about these guys, well hung," I got to say, I would be kind of in on that. I would be kind of like, yeah,
pretty cool. I would be all in on that. I mean, I think Jerry Jones is just what everyone like wants to be as an old guy, is just have way too much money and just like no one can tell you no. And you're like, I want to draft Johnny Football. Like, that's my favorite story ever, is them saying they had to physically hold back Jerry Jones so he would not draft Johnny Manziel. That is my favorite story of all time.
Awesome.
Them physically holding back the oldest man in the world so he won't draft Johnny Football.
Oh, man. Sick, dude. I love it.
One last thing before we move on to basketball. Dude said Stefanski coached Shedeur to be a Pro Bowler and was still fired.
Craziest
Can we talk about how absurd it is? The Pro Bowl means nothing.
It means nothing.
I'd be like, 8-time Pro Bowler? I don't care. I don't care. Shedeur had more picks than he had touchdowns.
Why
had
did he
one
get,
of the worst passer ratings in the league?
Was it just like, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback? Is that what it was? Or like,
no, it's because everyone doesn't want to do it. Everyone is just like, I'm not playing. And so it gets down to like these last guys like, sure, I'll take it.
Right.
Sure. Like it was Snoop Huntley last year. Played like 8 games and was okay. Like it was solid.
Snoop Huntley was a better quarterback than
Shedeur was, for sure. This is the most disrespectful Pro Bowl I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's nuts.
Dylan Gabriel deserves to be a Pro Bowler more than Shedeur Sanders.
Honestly, true. One last thing before we hop off football. How do you feel about the Bills?
Oh, a little coaching carousel talk. We do need to touch on it.
I just want to touch on coaching carousel really quick because things are getting interesting. But it seems that it's going to be Joe Brady.
It is. No, it is. And like it's locked in now, and he's also keeping play calling responsibilities. So I mean, I think we're going to see. Time will tell, because this feels eerily similar to what happened with the Cowboys last year. Is they fire McCarthy, and then Shoddy gets the promotion. Everyone's like, what? Okay. And then he kind of balled out. Honestly, like, he's an offensive guy. The defense was horrible, and also they had Eberflus. I don't think Eberflus is this like terrible defensive mind, but he's not going to be the guy to take a bad defense and make them solid. Like he's just you got to give him an okay defense and let him do his thing. But either way, I think we're going to see how much of the play call was influenced by McDermott. I don't think any of it was. I think we're going to see more of the same thing. If our roster, we have some significant changes on the receiving end. What I think is going to happen is I think we're going to actually go out and maybe draft a guy or get a guy that's like, he could change this team, almost like a Debo caliber to the Commanders situation of like,
what pick?
Hey, that's an extra guy. Low. It's always low because we always make it to the playoffs and lose.
I'll tell you what, man, if Mekhi Lemon gets to the back of that first round,
any sort of dynamic guy.
I know you don't like this West Coast college guy thing. I know USC is not your school. I'm telling you, Mekhi Lemon is going to be.
No, really I'm a believer. I've heard some noise. Yeah,
very good.
But look, at the end of the day, I think no matter what happens with this roster, it's going to be more of the same. And I think I have a feeling it's going to be a disaster.
Really?
I kind of do. I think it's going to be another Lamborghini in a carport type year for Josh Allen in this offense.
Do you think the Josh era is coming to an end?
No.
Do you think at any point they like move on and kind of give up and try to like figure it out? Or do you think it's Bills for life? He'll rock through it. They'll figure it out.
It's Bills for life. This is a Nowitzki situation where like he's not going anywhere. I hope he gets one when he's 34.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's happening anytime soon. I hope it does. I really hope I'm going to get proven wrong. I I like the Bills just don't ever hire anyone like shocking, honestly. Like, I mean, we had McDermott forever, but even the OC hires have just been like, let's just promote our quarterbacks coach. You know, it was Dable, then it was Dorsey, and now it's Brady. And I think Brady was the quarterbacks coach before after a failed OC stint in Carolina.
The thing that's tough, you're in a tough spot though, where it's like you keep having good teams that get somewhere, but not deep enough. And then it's like, well, then the pick's not good, so it's hard to build through the draft. It's
but the NFL is so different. Like a first round pick, any pick in the first round is going to be able to help your team. Like
that's true. Yeah, I think if you guys go out and get a run stopper, I think that would really help.
Poor Keon, though.
Yeah.
You see that interview? A run stopper, you're right. Ed Oliver could stay healthy, but anyways, the Bills owner had like a press conference with Brandon Beane, the GM, because they fired the head coach and didn't fire the GM. So like we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
The owner was like, out of nowhere, just says, "I just want everyone to know that Brandon did not want to draft Keon Coleman. He did that because he was forced to by the coaching staff." Wow. And Brandon's just like, "Yep, like yeah, that's true." And then all of this footage comes out of Brandon Beane being like, "Oh man, I really like Keon Coleman. Like, man, we might have to trade up to get him. I'm glad he ran a slower 40 because no one's going to take him. I really like this guy." All this footage of Brandon Beane just gushing over Keon Coleman. It's like, what? Like, I'm losing faith. Like this feels eerily similar to like the Mavericks fire Donnie Nelson, the GM, and then Rick Carlisle like just steps away and leaves, and it's like, what's going on here? Like Josh will never leave. He'll never leave, but
I don't like that.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it feels gross. Yeah. I think the only other like notable, I don't know if we talked about McDaniel to the Chargers. I don't know if we.
He's a Chargers OC now.
Yeah. So he's the Chargers OC, but they're saying if he gets offered a head coaching position, he'll probably take that and leave. But as of right now, he will be the OC, and I got to tell you, I like that a lot.
So do I.
I think that's going to be really fun for that offense. And then the other one that I think is noteworthy is Saleh, and it looks like possibly Dable to the Titans.
Ooh, I like that combo.
And I'm curious about that combo. I feel like that combo could work actually.
I think they're so bad at the other side of football.
Yeah.
Like, and actually just good at the side, Saleh's a defensive guy, Dable's an offensive guy. I think it could work. I don't understand what went wrong in New York with Dable, and like watching it, I'm like, he's doing anything he can to try to squeeze yards out of this team.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of weird they fired him, to be honest with you.
And the players hate him for whatever reason. The players all hate him.
Why is that?
I don't know. That's like so many guys like, it's not the quarterback. It's not the quarterback. When Daniel Jones was there, when it was DeVito, everyone's like, it's not the quarterback. It's not the problem. But I'll say one more head coaching job. Jesse Minter to the Ravens.
I like it.
Same. I've heard a lot of smart people that I trust being like, this might be the best hire of the year.
Same. So yeah. I'm hearing a lot of like sneaky good hire, under the radar guy that like will make an impact for this team and sort of bring that defensive identity back to Baltimore. They're another team that they need some work, but like
I thought they were going to hire McDermott.
Yeah, I thought they were too, honestly, and I think there was some rumor of that for a little bit, but
I think he's taking a year off, doing it for Vrabel.
Oh, by coaching the Steelers?
He's just not going to coach. No, McDermott.
Who's
McCarthy got hired by the Steelers.
McCarthy is who I was thinking of. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, different Mick.
Yeah.
I kind of like that hire.
Really?
I mean, this is the first time Pittsburgh's had an offensive guy in forever.
Yeah.
And also, I think that means McCarthy doesn't take that job unless he thinks Rodgers is sticking around for just a little bit longer.
That's what I was going to say. That team is just weird, though, because you've got a 42-year-old quarterback that's kind of a basket case, and you've got an okay defense that's really old, and there's not really a ton of weapons offensively. Pretty old offense, and
I mean, they're not really terrible. Like Jaylen Warren is solid. Like they got DK, which who knows what's going on with DK.
Yeah.
But I think that like you look at what McCarthy did in Dallas, every single season Dak was healthy, they were like 12-5 and had like the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
Like he just had Cooper Rush as his quarterback for half of his time there.
Yeah. I just think that as a head coach, I just wouldn't want that Steelers situation. I just wouldn't want to go
it does
into
feel
that.
a little weird. The defense is awesome though. And like, I think they'll probably just draft O-line and just have a young O-line to protect Rodgers in his twilight years. And then you got a young O-line for a newly drafted quarterback.
Yeah. No, it's true. So yeah, it's a good call.
Either way,
cool.
Coaching carousel, we did
basketball here. We did it. We did it.
We did it.
Speaking of doing it, the Detroit Pistons are doing it. They're freaking doing it, man.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I made a video. I made one of those like GM videos about the Pistons, and I was just like, making fun of the fact that they're like, yeah, we're gonna just like embody our city. Actually, like, maybe that's a good idea,
dude. It's literally like the bad boys.
It is,
and
they're not like hurting people. They're just like, someone said it in my comments and said, the Pistons, like once every 10 years, just like 10 to 20 years, decide to be fueled by hate for an entire season. And like, that's what it feels like.
No, it literally is.
And I think Bickerstaff is the perfect coach for it, because he's just like, he's going to yell at them. I remember when they played the Suns and they won that game, they were down like 15 in the second quarter. And you can just hear Bickerstaff yelling, "Wake the fuck up."
I love it.
So loud in a silent arena. And the broadcaster's just like, Bickerstaff's not too happy with his guys, Jim.
Yeah. Bickerstaff using some choice language.
Yeah. But they're fun, man. They attack the glass. Like, my favorite joke I made in that video was just like the GM is like, do you think we can clone Isaiah Stewart? Just get 5 of him out there? Like, that would be some Detroit basketball. He's the perfect embodiment of who they are.
So Detroit. It's so funny he gets like regular rotation minutes there as just a guy who is
6'8" center.
Angry. He's undersized. He's angry. He wants everyone to feel the same pain that he has in his heart for some reason, making millions of dollars playing in the NBA. I don't know why he's so hateful, but that guy is fueled by rage, and he wants to bring the other team into that. He's doing like a rage expansion. He's doing like rage expansion, pulling the other people.
Rage domain expansion.
Domain expansion. Yeah. Little anime ball knowledge there.
If he even lays a finger on you, you have to fight him. That's the rule. You have to fight Isaiah Stewart.
But yeah, I think that Cade Cunningham is so good. I think that we're just seeing the beginning of him. I think his game is only going to get better. I think that they've drafted well. Is it Holland? Is that his name?
Ron Holland.
Ron Holland. I think he's going to be a really cool like 3-and-D guy that will fit perfectly there.
I thought he could have been rookie of the year. Genuinely, I thought he could have been rookie of the year.
I think if he had a bigger role on a worse team, he would have, I think, gotten a lot more notoriety.
Because they're like the 5 seed or the 6 seed last year.
Right.
And, the Spurs were bad.
Yeah.
They trade for De'Aaron and then like he gets hurt right away.
Yeah.
So it's just the Steph Castle show. But they have drafted well. When they had their lottery picks, I think they got their guy and then they just built a supporting cast. And I think Jalen Duren is the biggest surprise so far. Of like, he is more than just a rim running center.
Yeah.
I arrived there.
Totally.
Like, I think the first time you mentioned it, I was like, really, Jalen Duren? And then I watched and I'm like, no, he can do a little bit. He's a guy that you can throw the ball to him in the post every once in a while. Or like he's going to drive a closeout and make a play and even like hit a little pull up every once in a while.
Dude, no, he's like has a fairly efficient midi game. He's got a decent face up jab step midi game. He can kind of go to work in the high to mid post. Sometimes he just pulls up over people. It doesn't look super great, but he's hitting it at a relatively efficient clip.
Shades of like a young LaMarcus Aldridge coming into his own. And granted, I don't think he'll ever get the shots that LaMarcus got. I don't think he'll ever be as efficient of a mid-range scorer, but the way he gets to his spots is very similar.
Dookie. Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, you're right. That's better. He's Amari.
It's more Stoudemire-esque. He's got a little more pop to his game. He's a little stiff. Right. Stoudemire was a little bit stiff, but he could still
had
like
very stiff.
Yeah, Aldridge
so
was stiff, but he was also
better.
Yeah, Aldridge is a little more like frumpy, slow guy stiff. He always had like a wide base and like he Aldridge, moved a little like in quicksand.
Durant's got a little more. Lamarcus?
Huh?
Sorry, go finish. No,
what
were
you saying?
What
were you saying?
Do you remember Spurs Lamarcus Aldridge?
Of course, bro.
Dude, he was just giving people work.
Dude, him and Boris Diaw on the floor together.
Did we get a LaMarcus Boris crossover?
Oh, maybe we didn't. Actually, LaMarcus
this was late career.
Damn,
Spurs.
They should have.
I was going to say, I think Boris was long gone.
Yeah,
or maybe like right. 4 or 5 years. Not
no, you're right.
Crazy,
it was a couple years after. Never mind.
But no, what I was going to say, dude. Oh, we've talked enough about LaMarcus Aldridge. Get into it.
I would love to talk LaMarcus. I love LaMarcus Aldridge. I was just going to say, I think Duren has a little more pop to his game than Aldridge does. I think Amari Stoudemire is the perfect. Honestly, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren feels like a very modern day Nash and Aldridge. I mean, I'm sorry, Nash and Stoudemire.
Yeah,
that's kind of my comparison for them.
I can see that.
That's a fun.
I mean, Cade is definitely more of like he's going to get his own.
For
he
sure.
is a downhill, like creating point guard that can also score at 3 levels.
Totally.
And when they I do like the fact, because I think that's Bickerstaff being like, go fucking score.
Mm-hmm.
Go score. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go get a bucket because you're that good.
And
I don't think that was his MO in the past. And, that's part of why they were bad. And also maybe he just wasn't good enough to do that yet. But either way, dude, I do like this Pistons team a lot. I think it's outside of the draft, dude, they have made, and, I think that their new GM, or I think he's actually their president of basketball ops now, he's essentially like the acting GM. He was the old Pelicans GM that drafted Zion. And obviously that's not a hard pick, but he drafted Zion. He drafted Herb and Trey Jones, or not Trey Jones, Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
And he drafted Dyson Daniels, who, panned out, just not with the Pelicans. But he's their GM now, bro. Like, finding Dennis Schroeder last year, giving him like a sack of dimes and being like, come play for us for a year. And he has like a career reviving season. They did it with, Tobias Harris has come there and been a like rejuvenated version of himself, like what he was in Philly. Even like Javonte Green this year. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Javonte Green was out of the league. And it's like, hey, come to Detroit and play like 16 minutes a game and average 8 points a game and like be like our premier rotation, like off the bench defender. Like
they're the best thing that the Pistons ever did was moving on from Joe Dumars as having any involvement with what happens in the front office.
Now, guess
Detroit.
where he is?
The Pelicans.
Guess where he is?
Pelicans.
Yeah,
they are.
Now he's trading a first-round pick in a year that you're going to be bad. Maybe the worst team in the NBA. He's trading that pick to move up 11 spots.
And by the way,
and take a good player to take a good player.
Derek Queen is good. That team is fun. I love the concept of rolling out like, Zion and Derek Queen and Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, as fun as that is, and Jose Alvarado, whatever.
And Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey.
Yes.
Don't forget about them.
Very hilarious, but you don't want to be the funniest team in the league. You want to be relevant. And the fact that they have the funniest team in the league and they have this sort of like, they almost fit well too. Like the fit is actually almost pretty good, but they're just not winning. They're not going to win games. They're not winning games. And the fact that they are like, we're not really shopping our guys. We're good. And you don't have you don't have your own first next year. No star in the league is going to come play for you. No star in the league is like, I'm a free agent this year. I'm just going to ride out my contract and I'll just come sign a contract with the New Orleans Pelicans. That's not going to happen ever.
Yeah, you're getting sloppy seconds.
Like, Herb Jones is unavailable. What? Why?
Tanking, why? Dude, tanking tanking in a season where you don't have a first round pick is crazy.
So funny.
Because that's what they're doing.
It's so funny.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to hold on to all of our guys. And it's like, well, you're bad. You're right now you're doing that and you're bad. Yeah. So you need to do something else. And you don't have your own pick. So there's no being bad this year is just purgatory. And if you're willing to just ride that out and just waste another year, 2 years of Zion,
Right.
You're wasting 2 years of Zion because you're going to be the same exact team next year.
Yeah. And also, I'm just going to say it. Zion's not a franchise guy. He's not a cornerstone guy. He can't be the number one on a franchise team. I'm sorry.
He is, but he's not reliable enough. When he's healthy, he is a top 10 player in the NBA. I will say that without a doubt. When he's healthy, he's a top 10 player.
Fully healthy, I would say like top 15. I don't know that I'd go as far as top 10 yet.
I'd say top 10, bro.
I'm high on
him
Zion
in full swing. Yeah.
Yes. He was, dude, I mean, he torched Wemby. He was giving Wemby problems the other day.
He gives everyone, no one can guard him.
No, he's
unguardable when he plays.
What I'm saying is like, he's like you said, he's unreliable. He's also like 6'8", 300 pounds or whatever. He's going to be
6'6".
He's going to be
like 6'6", bro.
He's going to be hurt his entire career, and his career is going to be over at 32.
Yeah, because he's not lasting long.
Doesn't have a dynamic game. So what I'm saying is he's not a guy you should be like, yeah, we'll just wait until he's 30 before we're contending. That's a bad idea. That's a really, really bad idea. And I don't know why they wouldn't want to trade him. And like, I love Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, but they also aren't going to make you a contender. If you're already a contender and you go get a guy like that, sure, they help a ton. They're great players. But it just is a really weird thing to me to like, I guess maybe they're hoping they can be the Hornets right now, where you just ride it out long enough. You get lucky in the draft a few times. All of a sudden you put together a team that's like, they're not good, but also like they can get hot and there's hope and there's potential. But right now with the Pelicans, there's not even any hope or potential.
Yeah, it's just bad. I mean, the Hornets at least had some semblance of a plan.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, hey, we have LaMelo Ball, we have Miles Bridges and Brandon Miller. We need to figure out what this team is capable of.
Yeah.
Or we got to blow it, or we got to get something for them before their contract expire. We have to pay them more. Or with Brandon Miller, we have to actually pay him for the first time.
You got to figure out.
They went out and they got
what Chunky does.
Yes, exactly. They went out and they got vets. They got Pat Connaughton. They got not Nurkic. They got Plum Dog. They got Colin Sexton. There's another guy in the mix that I'm missing, but another rotational guy. And then they went into the draft and they said, we're going to take low ceiling, high floor talent with every single one of our picks. We're going to take guys that are NBA ready. It's a Con Knipple with the 4th pick, which kind of just fell in line. Like I think he was the best talent available. And like he was the lowest ceiling, highest floor player in the draft. Mm-hmm. In the lottery, at least I should say. Then they take Kalkbrenner, the Creighton center, who is shooting the highest field goal percentage in the NBA this year, averaging like 2 blocks a game, like eight boards too. Like he's a good player.
He's going to be great. He's going to be such a good starting.
He's just going to be solid for them for however long they have him. He's going to be solid for whoever he plays for. Diabate as well. I mean, I love Diabate.
Yeah, I do too. I like that kid.
But they take Sion James.
Yep.
Who's been solid. He's shooting like 40 from 3 and just plays defense and drives closeouts.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, now we can see over the course of the next 2 or 3 years, what do we have?
Right.
What do we have? We've surrounded this core with talent.
Yep.
And we're going to see what do we even have anything here, and do we need to blow it up? And if you do, you're in a great position to do so because you've built assets. Yeah. And the Pelicans don't do that shit.
Exactly.
The Pelicans are just like, who knows what we're like? We got Sadiq Bey now. We drafted a 6 foot, 175-pound point guard, and we also signed Jordan Poole. They are the Pelicans are the most redundant team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Point forward, power forward. We have Zion. Let's get Derek Queen. Let's trade up to get Derek Queen. Oh wow, we signed Jordan Poole, or we traded for Jordan Poole, and we sent CJ McCollum away. Let's draft a point guard now. Like what's going on?
No, they're so poorly run, man. And I like I had the same feeling about the Hornets for a long time. And by the way, I wanted to note, I interrupted you earlier to try to make an "I think you should leave" reference joke. I don't know how it landed, but
I was a little fired up. Can you do it again?
I realized it. I said it, and then I was like, that was the wrong move. I shouldn't have. That was not the time for the joke there. And that's on me.
But I don't know what was it.
You got to figure out what Chunky does. You had all summer to figure out what Chunky does.
I thought you were making a Zion reference, honestly. But you got to figure out like what Chunky's deal is.
You got to figure out like what Chunky does.
Don't take his hat.
Don't swear.
Don't talk. Chunky doesn't talk.
The mouth on the thing doesn't move. All right, sorry, that's enough.
Wait, I have to say one more thing. Bit, I think you should leave bit that does not get enough credit is the what was it, the Metalloid Man?
I didn't love that one. That's probably one of my least favorites.
That one is hilarious.
I'll have to go back. I think it's
the Metalloid Maniac.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Go back and rewatch that one. That's funny.
He's so clearly invested in the backstory, but anyway,
so funny.
It's great podcasting. Talking about
awesome podcasting. Just talking about a show that we like.
Sick.
But no, I was like that with the Hornets for a while. But I got to tell you, man, I'm not all the way bought in terms of, oh yeah, this team's like ready to win. They're good. They obviously still need work, but man, I can't help but like these guys right now.
You see a vision. It's not hard to see a vision, man.
I see the vision, and also the biggest thing for me, I want to give props to LaMelo Ball because this is the first year he looks like he's actually taking shit seriously. And that's been a. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh man, I'm so fired up right now because you're right.
Yeah.
And he's not mature. Like honestly, he's not. No. He's a front runner type of player. Yes. Like when everything's going well, he's on top of the world. When it's not, he's gonna mope. A lot like another player that is on one of our teams. Maybe used to be on one of ours, now on the other team. But like. Yeah, if he's immature, I'm not surprised. I don't want to say I don't blame him because I think everyone, if you're making the most money on your team, you should be mature.
Yes.
But I understand because this is the first time he's had a serious roster.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's had a team where he's we can win. We are capable of winning. And it might not have looked like that right away. Hand up, I fucking called it. I said this right after the draft. I said, and after their free agency too, I was like, the Hornets are doing something. And I said this to a lot of my friends that are smart, and they kind of shot me down. I was like, maybe they're not. Maybe I'm in over my head.
Yeah.
And I know they're not it's not like they're tearing it up, but I'm like, they have something, and it's very clear they have something. And I said over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to be better. I
think, look, it's one of those tough things because they're a small market, and who wants to play in Charlotte? Let's just be honest. It's not a
Charlotte's
franchise.
Dope as a city. But you're right.
I'm sure Charlotte is cool as a city.
You're right.
But I'm saying as a franchise historically, nobody's going to be like, I'm going out of my way to get to Charlotte. It's just not how that works.
Yeah,
but I got to tell you, man, they feel like a guy away. And I don't know, that's probably going to happen through the draft or whatever. I'm not really sure how that happens. But, dude, you look at this Eastern Conference. It's not like this is a loaded conference that you can't surprise everybody and win. I mean, I don't know how much longer the Heat have on this sort of – we're going to be relevant. You know what I mean? This sort of relevant.
The Heat are never going away. As long as Spoelstra's there. He will
always
feel
like they are. They feel like they are never going away. But what I'm saying is, man, the Eastern Conference is kind of always open for a new team to – look at the Pistons. The Pistons weren't good 3 years ago. Now they're the 1 seed. So the Eastern Conference is very different from the Western Conference in that way where –
there's always room to shoot up for sure.
Yeah, they could be one draft and a couple of really good free agent signings away from all of a sudden they're like a 5 seed. Now, granted, they're on fire right now. This isn't sustainable, and they wouldn't beat anybody serious in a 7-game series. I'm not saying this team goes to the playoffs and makes any type of noise. They would probably be hard to deal with. It would probably be a gentleman's sweep if they were to play anybody real in the playoff. If they were to go to the playoffs, they would either get bounced in the play-in or the first round. But they are one of those teams that they could get hot any game. Brandon Miller's a flamethrower, dude. That guy.
He is.
That guy's insane,
He gets him up, and he can light it up quickly. You know what this team feels eerily similar to?
What's that?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Remember the play-in game, Pat Beverly took up the jersey.
Yes.
This team feels very similar because they have a lot of expendable vets that, they will probably let go or send off and kind of bring new guys in. But that core, and I don't know if Miles Bridges is going to be the guy that sticks around for them. I think you need to draft another guy. You have to hope that you hit on someone. You have to find a Michael Porter Jr. falling to pick number 13 when he should have been first overall.
Yeah,
you got to find that kind of guy. You need to hit on a guy in the late lottery because I think what'll probably happen this year is someone's going to get hurt in that lineup and is going to be out for the year. And then they're going to be like, okay, we saw that we can be competitive. It's time to sit everyone. They sit everyone.
If we can get
tank.
The 9th pick or something.
See if you can get like the, maybe you're supposed to get the 9th and maybe you get like the 5th. And it's like, okay, now we strike. Now we go all in. Now we spend money on vets that are going to help us like do like a Rockets Fred VanVleet situation of like, I mean, is this the best spend that we can make? No, but it's a 3-year deal and we're going to be out of it by the time we need to pay our young guys. So I think they're that kind of team, man. I think they're just, I see the turning point, and I have a lot of friends in North Carolina. I have a lot of Hornets fan friends, and they're like, man, I don't know. I'm like, dude, this is your chance. It's either going to work or you're going to have assets to blow it up and try again. You're no more purgatory.
God, you know who'd be so sick on this team is Debonsa. If AJ Debonsa ended up on this team, he'd be such a perfect fit. He'd be so fire. I would fully be like a Hornets fan. Just for the sake of, I'd just be like, yeah, it's just cool to see a bad franchise have hope. That's just fun. Yeah, I would want to see them succeed if they. I like this AJ Debonsa kid. I'm a big fan of his. I think wherever he ends up is going to be very happy. Did
you see his like 40 ball the other night?
No.
Some of the shit that he was doing, I was like, how tall is he? He does not move like he's 6'9". He moves more. I'll say this: Coop is very fluid, and he's like he glides. And when he jumps, you're like, did he really jump that high? And then you realize like his head was at the rim, and you're like, oh shit, he did jump that high.
Yeah,
Debonsa feels a little more violent, and like not like super herky jerky. I'm not going to put him in that category, but he's still smooth. But like some of his movements are so explosive at that size, and his frame too. I think that's the biggest thing is he's framed like he's almost framed like Jalen Duren, bro. Like he's big as shit. So I do like him. I'm on the Debonsa train.
And he also like for a guy that does move with a little more like violence, a little more burst, and a little he's actually pretty twitchy for 6'9". And it's a guy where his frame, like you can tell he's going to put on size as he gets older. Dude, when that kid's like 28 and he's in truly his like physical prime and he's had time in an NBA weight room and stuff, that guy is going to be a problem. That guy is going to be a problem. I don't even know what my NBA comparison is right now other than
T-Mac.
Yeah, T-Mac is close, but like yeah, I guess T-Mac is up there. T-Mac is up there.
Big ass shooting guard, bro.
Yeah, right.
Big ass athletic shooting guard.
That probably is the comparison. Part of me wanted to just say Lamar Odom, but Lamar Odom was a little slower, moved a little slower and a little more of a playmaker. That's not the right one.
Not quite as dynamic as a scorer. I don't think as AJ will be, but either way, I like him.
He's going to be sick.
I want to touch on this because we need to get to some like we got a few more teams like bad teams playing well. Yeah, it's kind of what we thought this through here. But the Hornets are 8-5 in their last 13, and in those 8 wins, they have beaten the Sixers, the Magic, the Lakers, and the Thunder. And the Thunder win is kind of the one that started that, that whole run run. I mean, 8-5 isn't great, but it's like this is a team that was pretty far below 500, and it's like all of a sudden they're rattling off some decent wins here. Mm-hmm. But the next team on the list was my little Mavericks.
Yeah.
And there are a few other teams playing somewhat well, but the Mavericks to me are very shocking because no one is playing. No one. And we're playing well. We look good defensively. I don't know how much Mavs I guess you watched Mavs Lakers at least.
Yes.
But I think Najee Marshall is the best player in the NBA. I'm just going to go out on a limb. So I genuinely, I mean, I think he's very, very good. I don't know if there's a guy that's like I think, you know what? I think Najee Marshall's better than LeBron right now. Fuck it. I don't care. I think Najee Marshall's better than LeBron.
I don't know about all that, but
I mean, dude, in the ever since everyone got hurt and Najee's just playing like 35 minutes a game, he's almost averaging a triple-double.
No, he's been very good. I think he's impressed a lot.
Bro.
I think he's impressed a lot of people. He's surprised a lot of people with how good he is for sure.
He did it last year too.
There's
a little bit, like when everyone went out.
Yeah, there's like a couple times you watch him too, and he has like a blow by dribble move to like a midi pull up, and you're like, holy shit, I just didn't know he had that.
I don't know if there's a stiffer, shiftier guy in the NBA than Najee Marshall. Yeah. He has the stiffest game, and he's always standing upright. His
Stifty
chest is always exactly perpendicular to the floor.
Stifty, stiff and shifty.
Stifty. I like that.
Duren.
We got a Duren.
Jalen Duren. Stifty.
Najee Marshall's Stifty King, though.
Stifty. Yeah, he is.
The exact opposite, but still shifty, is, I talk about him all the time. Brandon Williams has been hooping too. And I think they were trying to like let him play off ball and play with the starting lineup. And it's like, no, you need to let him come off the bench and just go at dudes.
Yeah.
Because when he wants to get downhill, there's no one that's stopping him.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that probably is him at his best. Is
just
bring him off the bench, let him go. I mean, dude, Lou Williams made a career out of that. Jamal Crawford made a career out of that. Deuce McBride is making a career out of that right now. Like, there's a couple guys where they're a guard.
Deuce has been killing, bro.
Deuce is hooping, bro.
He's been killing.
Dude, there's some guys where they just like their best position is a spark plug off the bench to go play the twos, because when you try to put them in with the ones, it just isn't there. It just doesn't work for whatever reason. It doesn't. They don't mesh well with, here is my role. I have to put my head down and do this thing. They play better when it's like, hey, the second unit's yours. You got the keys to the second unit. And that guy, I actually do believe that type of guy is very important to a team. I like a good 6-man guard that likes to come off the bench and just go hoop against the twos and run a second unit and like maintain a lead, or come in and just be a spark plug that like you're down by 4 and your starters hit the pine at the end of the first, and you just come in, you go, let's go into the second quarter up by 2.
Let me work out here. Yeah.
Let's go into the second quarter up by 2 right now. And they go out and just get theirs. I like that type of guy. I think it's a good type of guy to have on your team. I really do.
Yeah. Especially when you're a top heavy, like high usage lineup. But you don't have guys that are going to be on the floor for, 40 minutes a game. It's like, hey, I got 18 minutes for you, Chief, where it's your world.
It's your team. It's your team.
For these volume scorers that are not a part of this club of the top 50 players in the league, where they're going to be the number 1 or number 2 option on any team they go on, that is the best case scenario, because you could be Cam Reddish. You could be in the G League right now, and like, shout out Cam. I think Cam is going to average 30 in the G League at least, by the way. Oh, yeah. But like, all these guys can score, but they haven't found a situation where they're not a part of that secret club, the top 50 guys, and they just haven't found a situation where someone's going to say, hey, we want you to just go. When you're on the floor, it's your world. No, it's like, hey, can you play defense? Can you rebound? Can you sit in the corner and shoot threes?
Right.
And can you protect the rim? Can you catch lobs? Those are the only things that they want you to do if you're not one of those top 2 guys and you don't play in one of those certain systems like the Heat, Pacers, Grizzlies, where everyone can kind of get touches and play, actually. But
agreed.
Either way.
Before we move on to the last bad team playing well right now, I want to pop over to chat for 2 seconds. I want to note, am I just filming on a potato right now? I just looked over at my stream. I don't know why I'm so glitchy out of focus.
I was just about to say, because you were good for a while, and then like the last 20 minutes, you've just been like,
I keep checking back over. I'm like, when is this gonna? Yeah, my Ethernet's plugged in. Yeah, I don't know. Should I hit like a refresh on the? See that?
I don't know.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say is Hornets
mess up the upload. That's all I thought.
Hornets are a DeAndre Ayton away from being competitive. Hilarious from Thickums. Just wants him off my team. Yep. Agreed. I will get into some Lakers in a second after we get through the bad teams playing well. I have a lot to say about the Lakers, and I'm bummed that I'm in fucking potato mode right now on the stream.
And then work for the Clips.
Kemba or LaMelo? Actually, kind of a fun question. Got to say LaMelo, but damn, was prime Kemba good, man. Cardiac Kemba was.
I'll take Cardiac Kemba.
So fun to watch, but I will take LaMelo. Just wanted to touch on those things really quickly. Don't know why my
Grant Williams or Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams. That's it.
Yep. Absolutely. I'm gonna not refresh. Everyone, you're just gonna have to deal with my awful presentation here. I don't want to mess with the upload on the stream, so whatever. Suck it up. The last team that we had put on here as like a bad team that's playing well is the Clippers. And I do have to say that I hate that they're playing well. I hate the Clippers. I can't stand them as an organization. I can't stand Clippers fans. It makes me angry when they're successful. And it's been really annoying having to admit that they are basically a better team than the Lakers right now.
Last 20 games, they've been better.
Yeah, it sucks.
But
James Harden is still playing at a really high level.
Polar opposites of team trajectories right now. And that can change. I mean, it can change. I mean, there's been a lot of doom and gloom seasons with the Mavs when Luka was there where it's like, oh, it's so bad. I want to hold off on Laker talk for a little bit. I shouldn't go there. But
no, don't worry. I won't do it yet.
I wanted to say, just because I forgot to say in the last one, the Mavs are 7-4 in their last 11. They blew the Lakers game. They should have won that game 1,000%, but that's our issue. We can't close games this year. We blow so many leads. But they beat the Warriors, the Knicks, and the Rockets in that 11-game stretch. Just some solid wins in there. And then the Clippers are 15-3 in their last 18. And just, I mean, they're beating everyone. Good teams, bad teams. They're manhandling teams. And I think the difference is, and I haven't watched a ton, so maybe someone will correct me, but from what I've seen, obviously it's Kawhi playing a bit more. Like he missed a stretch of those games though, but dude, it is James Harden pick and roll, and that's it. He makes the right decision. Ty Lue has got him as a true point guard. And he still shoots it. Yeah. Yes. He still shoots it quite a bit. Yeah. When shot clock, he's like, I'll take the grenade. I mean, I think half of his shots are grenades, but when he's just running the pick and roll and just making decisions, and he gets a lot of hockey assists too. He's averaging 9 assists a game, but he gets a lot of hockey assists. They are playing their best basketball. Everyone's bought in, and they have guys hurt. Derrick Jones Jr. is not playing. Yeah. They got freaking Jordan Miller playing whenever Kawhi's not on the floor, Jordan Miller is on the floor, and he's playing well.
Playing good
minutes. Shooting 50% from the field, damn near 40 from three, giving them 8-9 points a game.
I like that kid, actually. I think he's going to be pretty good.
He's a good player. And I found myself in that Lakers-Clippers game being like, why is this guy on the floor with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter? And then right after that, they took him out and put Kawhi back in. But I think Kawhi is just on such a pitch count that they got to temper him, especially late in the game when he's been playing the whole time. But only other stat I wanted to bring up was they're like all their stats after 0 days of rest, like games just back-to-backs, they're horrible. They're the quintessential old team of just they suck if they don't have enough rest. And if they have 2 or 3 days of rest, their numbers are insane. They're the best team in the NBA.
Yeah,
so
it's
I thought that was funny to bring up.
James Harden and Zubac right now are combining for the most assisted points between any two players in the league off of James Harden Zubac pick and roll. I believe that was a stat that I heard. I didn't double check it, but I believe that is true.
Zubac is so good, bro.
Yeah, I like Zubac. I think that there was a moment where the Clippers thought they were going to blow it up, and he was going to be a hot commodity because what team couldn't use a guy like that? I'll tell you what, they should have. One of my Clippers buddies is so mad they didn't draft Kalkbrenner because they passed on Kalkbrenner. That would have been such a perfect. I forget. I don't know. I forget who they took with that pick.
Well, the Niederhauser kid is good. He can play.
I think they might. I think it might have been him, and I think that kid will be good too anyway. So I don't think it's that big of a problem. But it would have been a great big man rotation. And Brook Lopez is just a shell of himself. He's playing some okay minutes here and there. John Collins has been a bit of a roll of the dice every game.
Dude, John Collins is shooting 43 from three, bro.
But here's the thing with John Collins, because I've watched a little bit of the Clippers. I have a Clippers buddy, and we go back and forth, so we kind of will watch. He'll watch a lot of the Lakers to talk Lakers, and I'll watch as much of the Clippers as I can. John Collins, I got to say, I don't love him as a player.
Neither do I. He's
a guy, and I'll tell you why, because he's a guy that has all the tools to be sick, but he can be a little bit whiny and complainy, and he doesn't run back hard all the time. And you kind of just never know what you're going to get from him. And those guys that feel like wasted potential bother me more for some reason. DeAndre Ayton, which we'll get to later. But man, John Collins, when he's on, being able to shoot at that clip and also he kind of flies around defensively and can block shots and catch lobs. Like, he's kind of this do-it-all, really good modern-day stretch four. If he could just get his head right, I think he would be so much better. But man, he gives them some great minutes. And that team is just I hate that they're playing well right now. It bothers me so much. I don't know why. I just can't.
Because their little brother.
I know, but there's also just
little brother's starting to get a little close to you in the one-on-one games in the driveway, and you're like a little worried.
It's that, but it's also that I don't like the way they're constructed, and it bothers me that it's working.
It is the definition of like outstanding by the Gap Band of just like, let's go get whoever else used to be good. By the way, is Bradley Beal retired?
Yeah.
Is he just done playing
no
basketball?
Idea. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and that's why I'm so impressed with them is because they have guys stepping up. Yeah. Bogdanovich. When's the last time Bogdan Bogdanovich played a basketball game?
Right.
He's only played 16 games this year. Derrick Jones Jr. has played in 17 games this year. Bradley Beal has played 6 games this year. And Chris Paul played 16 games and then left. But like, dude,
they've had a lot of like
all
turnover.
Kinds of guys stepping up, man.
Yeah.
Like, young guys. So I don't know. I think it's exciting. I think Chris Dunn, my buddy, shout out my buddy Boots. He said Chris Dunn is the ultimate Coach Carter player. Just yeah, coach, I'll do it for you. Like, just hard-nosed defense. He's bald.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty much all I got. But I like Chris Dunn. I like John Collins. And I wanted to say this about John Collins before we moved on. Like, I give John Collins a pass for me personally because this is a guy who is kind of like Aaron Gordon coming out of college. Goes to the NBA. He's this freak athlete. Everyone's like, this is the highest ceiling guy. Like, after, his rookie year, it's like, what could he turn into? He starts to develop a little bit of like a real offensive game. He's not really this raw athlete anymore. And it's like, oh my gosh, is he going to be the guy in Atlanta? It's him and Trae Young. Like, they're going to be there forever. And then like, they just kind of give up on him. Right. And so then he goes to Utah, right? I think was his first stop Utah.
Yeah. I believe wasn't he drafted to Utah or no?
No, he was drafted
Atlanta.
By Atlanta. Yeah, it was
Atlanta and then went to Utah. Yeah.
Dude, he was in Atlanta for 6 years.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he gets traded to, or then he signs in Utah, I think.
Yeah.
And like just completely diminishes after actually his points per game went up from year 1 to year 2 in Utah. But either way, I think it became clear to the rest of the NBA that John Collins is not this like potential number 1 option guy. And so now he's in a position where he's with other players that are better than him. He's not the first option. He's not the second option. He might not even be the third option on any given night.
Zoo is probably the third, honestly.
Yeah.
But
point. He's tailoring his game to help a team win, and I can respect that a lot.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon is the perfect comparison there, I think. Where, I think if he can accept what his role is, he will actually be an incredibly good player to have on a roster. And it seems that he's doing that.
Agreed.
Are we getting into it?
I think it's time. Do you want me to intro this, or you just want to take it?
No, go ahead.
So during the Mavericks Lakers game, this was after the Lakers lost to the Clippers. Connor and I are texting, and the Mavericks are building this big lead, and just after a few bad plays, and it was a very, very rough stretch. I think the Lakers had a 10-point third quarter or something like that. It was brutal. Excuse me. But Connor sent me a text, and I'm going to let him.
I sent you a couple texts.
He sent me a couple of texts, but there was one sentiment that was being expressed. So I'm going to let you.
Yes, there was a sentiment that was being expressed. And I just need to say that I sent you a bunch of texts that we can't read. I was using some pretty choice language in the names that I was calling these guys. I am so fucking sick and tired already of the Luka experience. I got to say, I'm over it. Listen, Luka is a historically incredible offensive talent. He is. The complaining and the whining and the not getting back, and every play has to be a step back three or he's taking himself out of the game. It is hard to watch. It's hard to watch. It is. And the run he went on to the finals with the Mavericks, they built such a perfect roster for him, where Kyrie was the perfect veteran counterpart that knew exactly how to play next to a guy that gets more touches because he spent his whole career with LeBron, so he knew exactly how to file in. Everyone else around him was just a 3-and-D guy or a big man that could roll to the bucket and block shots and catch lobs. So the whole game was, Luka, you go do your thing. Everyone else around you is built perfectly, and this is your city. We drafted you here. It made sense. This is your team. And now we have Luka in a situation where 40-fucking-2-year-old LeBron doesn't feel like this should be Luka's team, and it's so obvious. It's so painfully obvious. And DeAndre Ayton is our starting center, and he's a bitch. DeAndre Ayton is a bitch. He's a bitch-made, baby-back, soft-ass center that doesn't want to, dunk the ball for some. I don't know what it is with DeAndre Ayton, but he plays like he's 6'3", and it's the most infuriating thing to watch of all time. There's a play, he caught a lob above the rim and tried to lay it up and doinked it off the back of the rim. I wanted to put my head through the fucking TV. I can't take it anymore, dude. I don't think there's a team in the league that walks back more than the Lakers. I don't care how much of an old head take this sounds like. Yeah. Run back on defense. Get your ass back in transition defense. Get back. We're one of the worst transition defenses in the league. I know that for a fact. So I think statistically, I'm pretty sure, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I'm sure I could prove to you via stats that this team does not get back. I believe that is proven by the numbers as well. But I can tell you,
statistically, it might be the worst defensive team in the NBA.
We are god awful defensively, and it is mostly effort. It's mostly effort. And all of this being said with this team, just with these guys not getting back, LeBron not getting back, Ayton not getting back, Luka not getting back, Rui wants to be the number 2 option on the offense. There's so many different issues here. I said it from the start of the season. I said our biggest issues are going to be we're bitch made, true. We're small and soft, true. And we're bad defensively, true. Everything I said about this team that was going to be a problem to start the year has been a problem. Now, granted, this offseason, I said the offseason we had was the best we could do with what we had at our disposal. I still agree with that. But that also, I said that assuming that they were going to try a little. I said that assuming that the team was going to give a shit a little. And that maybe Rob was going to make 1 or 2 more deals to get us like a defensive player at some point. None of that has happened. I am hoping that the reason for that is because Giannis is on the way this offseason. Otherwise,
you got Laker brain, dude. Giannis is not coming to LA.
And I can tell you right now, I have Laker brain because I'm allowed to have Laker brain. I can have Laker brain, and I would not be shocked if Giannis ended up as a Laker. I just want to be on record saying that. I think he's going to New York. Possible. That's also possible. I agree. But what I'm getting at here, I tweeted something as these games have sort of transpired, and I've been watching Luka just complain and try to draw fouls and shoot all these step back threes that aren't working. And it's this whole Luka experiment that's been going on here. I've sort of come to the conclusion with Luka here. I actually don't think LA is the right fit for him. And I know that this is unrealistic, and I know that it's not going to happen. But the Lakers should just cut losses and blow this thing up entirely. They should. It's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. They won't do it, but they should. They should. They shouldn't bring back LeBron. They should trade him for whatever they can get for him. Blow up the entire roster and get as many first-round picks as you can possibly get. and start over. And I know that people think that's crazy because Luka's a top 5 player in the league. Sure. Yeah, he's a top 5 talent in the league. But in my opinion, Luka is more James Harden than anything. And this is not a knock on James Harden, but he didn't ever win anything. He didn't. He carried teams to certain points in the playoffs. He's historically great offensively. I think James Harden is a top 75 player all time in NBA history. He is a fantastic talent. But he also historically shrunk in the playoffs and didn't commit defensively. This is what I am seeing out of Luka. And I've gotten to the point where I'm saying for the Lakers, I do think what's best for this franchise is to stockpile as many firsts as possible and find our next guy through the draft. And if one more person tells me, but the Lakers don't build through the draft, I'm going to rip my head off. I'm so sick of hearing that. I don't care. Change how you're doing things then. Change.
Connor.
Don't do things the same way always. Change a little. Like, then try something new. Try something different. New ownership. Try something different. It's not the Bus family anymore. The top 4 teams in the league. I'm sorry. I'm going on a tangent here. I know you wanted to butt in. I'll get there. The top 4 teams in the league right now are built through the draft. The last dynasty, the Warriors, was built through the draft. The league has changed. Free agency doesn't exist anymore. You can't just say, we're the Lakers, we have a bunch of money, we'll go sign a free agent. There aren't free agents anymore. Nobody's a free agent anymore. Free agency happens at the trade deadline in the offseason when people are traded. So we don't have that luxury anymore. We can't go buy our way to being good anymore. You have to build through the draft a little at some point. At some point, you have to build through the draft. Every good team in the league right now is built through the draft. The top 4 teams in the league right now, the top 2 teams in both conferences, built through the draft. It is time for the Lakers to change how they do things internally and build through the draft and then spend a bunch of money to go get the right guys or whatever, make the trades when the time is right to go get the guy and pay him. But we need to go find our next Laker because this city, we're the most spoiled fan base in all of sports. So if you come here and you whine and you complain and you don't win and you don't play defense, it's going to be hell being a player here. And that's what Luka is right now. It's going to be hell. My one big if, and I'll wrap up with this. If, and this is a hypothetical, if the Lakers can somehow craft the perfect roster around Luka, if they can go get a defensive counterpart like a Giannis, which I think is possible, unlikely but possible, if they can find the perfect fit for Luka, sure. Let's ride it out. Let's run with Luka. But I just don't think that's likely, and I would prefer that they blow it up. That's my take. That's my take. I don't think Luka's the right fit here. I don't think it's going to work. That's my take. Tired of watching it. I can't even fucking clip that either because I talked for 8 minutes straight.
Connor, my friend, welcome to the conglomerate of people who see things for what they are. Because guess who you sound just like?
Nico.
Nico and Nick.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying this for the past 6 months, 8 months. About a month and a half after he got traded, I'm like, actually, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to pay the fat European that doesn't play defense a supermax. Maybe you want to try to get something for him. Because I'll tell you what, dude, the Lakers will not trade him. They won't do it.
No, they won't. No, of course not.
They will never do it. They'll never try to get anything for him. It will sputter and die, and they'll be left with nothing before they try to do that. But look, man, I see your point. And here's the thing, man. He's going to win you back over at some point this season. I'm marking this so we can have this. He's going to win you back. He's going to single-handedly will your team to victory in a handful of big games that you're like, maybe this can work.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. That Lakers team is a poorly constructed team. It is you cannot pay a guy $54 million a year and have him be the third or fourth best player on your team. You just can't do that and expect to be competitive because you're grasping at straws everywhere else. You couldn't afford to pay Dorian Finney-Smith $9 million a year.
It's insane.
You let him go to Houston?
It's insane.
For nothing?
It's insane.
And granted, he's hurt. He hasn't been playing, but at least in theory, that's a better guy to have than Marcus Smart being the defensive bastion of your team.
Yeah. Which I like Marcus Smart for our team, by the way, because he
needs to be your a depth piece.
He needs to be like your fifth best defender that plays like 15 minutes a game, maybe.
Exactly. He needs to be Javonte Green for the Pistons. He needs to be playing 16 to 20 minutes a game max, and he is their starting two guard.
Yes.
Reeves is out, but he's your sixth man essentially.
Well, but that's the thing is when Reeves comes back, then what? You're starting Luka, Reeves, LeBron.
No, I think you bring Reeves off the bench. I think
they should too. I think
too.
Well, and realistically, we need to trade Austin Reeves. We have to trade Austin Reeves.
If you want to have any semblance of being competitive, you probably do need to trade him. But the Lakers won't trade him.
I love Austin Reeves.
He'll sign somewhere else. He'll Caruso his way out of there. Essentially, just go sign with someone's going to pay him, and they'll give him money. Okay, cool. But yeah, dude, I'll say this: trading LeBron off the table. No one wants a $54 million contract for a guy who's going to give you an inefficient 20 points a game every night.
Yeah.
It's bad. This is my buddy, shout out Frank Michael Smith, texted me and said, "Are you watching Mavs Lakers right now?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, the Lakers don't give a fuck. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
You can tell.
They don't.
No,
I said, and he said, LeBron's the worst one. And I'm like, yeah. At least Luka, he complains and he bitches all the time, but he cares.
Yeah.
LeBron it's apathy. He's like,
it is.
If this isn't the retirement tour, bro, if this is not the retirement tour, what is the retirement tour going to look like?
I don't know. I've been saying this all season.
Bad,
bro. I've been saying this all season. This whole smiley LeBron joking around. Well, I don't care. Hey, look, seasons, my career's coming to an end. I guess I'm just going to have fun. That whole gimmick is so fucking annoying, dude. It's so annoying. And here's what's really frustrating about all this is I know that I have to watch this for a whole nother season after this.
Yeah, you do.
They're gonna pay Austin Reeves, and they're gonna bring LeBron back because they have bird rights, so they can go over the cap to get him.
Yeah,
and they're gonna bring back a very similar team. It's going to be like this for another season and a half, and I'm not even excited to turn on Lakers games anymore. And I agree, Luka probably will win me back in some big games. And like I said, there's an asterisk on all this that if the Lakers have the nuts to build the right team around Luka, which means trading AR and do not re-sign LeBron James, even though you can go over the cap to get him. If they can do it, and like I said, if they can bring in a very good defensive counterpart, honestly, a guy I think that we should consider, I know some people are going to call me crazy, but Zion, not that he's a great defensive player, but I do think the fit can work nicely. I'm just saying, the Lakers are going to – I'm hoping – the only way that the Luka experiment works here is if this new ownership changes how things have been run around here for a long time. And I do think that Pelinka needs to go. I think we need to get a fresh mind in here. I do. I think that Pelinka needs to be – I think that he's done some good things, but he's also done a lot of bad. And I really do think that he needs to go. They need to bring in the new ownership needs to bring in their GM. Things need to change around here for the Luka experiment to work. And that's why I'm saying I would rather just not have Luka. I'd rather just start fresh.
Because they won't change.
Draft our guy, because I know the reality is nothing will change. But I would rather us draft our guy. And we're like, that's a Laker. That's our guy. You know what I mean? I would rather have that than we got the guy over here. He's a top 5 guy. We pay him a bunch of money. And he sells a bunch of sells a bunch of tickets. But I'm just telling you, man, the best teams in the league right now are all built through the draft. The best players in Laker history or the best teams we've had in Laker history, I should say, was we had a guy that we drafted that was a Laker, and then we used the allure of Hollywood and the Laker glitz and glamour and the money to bring in the guy. Magic.
Glitz and glamour, baby.
It was drafting Magic and then using the fucking glitz and glamour to bring in Kareem.
That was your neat moment, by the way.
Thanks. And then it was
you're saying neat.
Yeah. And then it was drafting Kobe and bringing in Shaq, and then it was Kobe and bringing in Powell. Every successful Lakers team has been draft a guy that the city loves and then use the money and the disposal, the cap that you have at your disposal.
Exactly.
To bring in, yes. And I suppose they're doing like the modern version of that with Luka, I guess, but we didn't draft him, so it is objectively different. So,
and also you said it, is he a guy that can win you a championship? And I wanted to almost conduct an exit interview. We can try to wrap it up somewhat quickly, but I wanted to ask you, do you think that Luka Ball can win you a championship?
Yes. I think, and I'm assuming the caveat will be in the right situation with the right team, which I think you can say this for a lot of players, but even like James Harden got his perfect situation with the Rockets, right? A bunch of 3-and-D guys, pick and roll centers, the coach that let him shoot 45 times a game, whatever it was, and he couldn't get there. Part of that being he had to face that Warriors team, which is, I don't know that anyone would beat them anyway.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think that Luka's peak will be slightly higher than James Harden's peak. And that's saying a lot because James Harden's peak is pretty high up there as far as like offensive talent.
I don't know if his peak is going to be that high. James Harden's peak was like averaging 40, 15, and 10 in like over a 3-month stretch.
Well, you forget Luka averaged close to 40 to start this year. I mean, he has that in his. So the nuanced version of my answer to that is I actually do think Luka can win a championship. But I think the best shot at that was with the Mavericks because it was his city and it was his team, and they were willing to build the 3-and-D team around him. The problem was the Mavericks didn't see it that way, and that was probably his best shot at it. So, do I think now for the rest of Luka's career, do I think Luka Ball wins you a championship? I would bet against it. But I think that the possibility still exists. Yes, because I think he's that good. But like I said, it's got to be perfect situation. If we get Giannis, I'm back on board entirely. I will tell you that much. If we get Giannis,
brain, bro,
and I don't care that it's Laker brain. It is Laker brain.
You get Giannis. You have one more guy that can play defense on your team. Is that much of a needle mover?
Well, obviously the roster would have to be constructed to fix a lot.
What does he do when Luka is on the floor? Because he's not touching the ball when Luka's on. He's catching lobs every once in a while when Luka's on the floor. He's Derek Lively when Luka's on the floor.
Well, I kind of disagree with that because LeBron and Austin Reeves do get usage when Luka's on the floor still. I think it just had to be a thing. You'd have to have the right coach for it and stuff. I don't know that that's JJ. I'm not sure. I said from the start when JJ signed here, I said he's a better coach for a young team than he is for a competing team. And I think that's evident.
You just answered my next question, and I'll just kind of lean into the point I was going to make, is that when you're in LA, very rarely do you have a coach that's bigger than the team. And when the team is the problem and they're bigger than the coach, then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like you just have to try to make do with what you have. I mean, that's what happened in Dallas, but Jason Kidd didn't give a shit about offense. He was like, do whatever you want.
Right.
Like, you're the best scorer in the NBA. Go do whatever you want. I'm worried about this side of the floor. Yeah. And it worked.
Right.
But you don't have that roster. You don't have that construction set up there. I guess I had one more question. Do you think that Luka will ever change? All the things that you hate about him, do you think he'll ever change?
You know what? This is something I forgot to mention in my caveats. There was a couple, like, if we get, the big ifs, I would call them. Like, if we get the right roster around him. I completely forgot. The biggest if of all is if Luka is willing to change his approach to the game. Then, yes, he can win a championship here in LA. So that being said, like, if he does change his mindset, I would be bought back in. But as of right now, I'm out on his mindset and his approach to the game. Now, to answer your question, was the question, do I think he will change? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Sorry, I was looking at I was trying to find his age. I don't know why it was so hard. He's 26, by the way.
I am going to err on the side of optimism here. And yeah, he's 20. I think people forget how young he is. I am going to err on the side of optimism and say, yes, I do think 26-year-old Luka will look very different from 30-year-old Luka. I think that he will change. I am going to hope that he changes. If I had to give odds on it, I'm saying he will change as in 55% yes, 45% no. Like there's a shred of hope where I'm going, he's 26. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do think he can change and become a better leader because we've seen it happen. It's very possible, but it's equally easy for me to see a world where this is just who Luka is, and his joy comes from I'm torching who's ever guarding me, and I'm getting 35. Win or lose doesn't really matter all that much, dude. It was really interesting watching the last game where we beat a really bad the Chicago Bulls. Well, not really bad. I shouldn't say really bad, but we beat Bulls,
a mediocre team. We
beat a team that we should beat, and it was a closer game than I would have liked it to have been. And Luka, this is the last thing I'll say. I do have to hop off because I have a birthday dinner at 7. But Luka, you could just tell Luka was on fire, and he was dominating the game. Nobody could guard him. He was getting whatever he wanted. All his step backs were going in. He was getting downhill and getting the foul calls he wanted. Everything was going the right way. And he was just like smiling the whole game. Every time they cut to him after a big three, he'd be running down the floor smiling. Every other game yes. Every other game that I've seen where they're struggling and his jumper isn't falling how he wants it to, and the game is kind of, out of his control, and he's got to play defense to win the game, and he doesn't want to do it, he looks miserable. And the game where he's out there and he's shooting 60% and everything's going in and all his passes are connecting when Rui's hitting his threes, he looked stoked to be out there. He was having a blast. He couldn't get the smile off his face. And to me, that's a guy I just go, that doesn't work in LA. And I don't know that it works anywhere. And I really hope he changes. And I do think he's going to have to change that if he ever wants to win a championship. So to answer your question, yeah, I think he'll change, but I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't.
Man, I just wish we could go back in time. Maybe we'll have to look for some old voice messages that we sent each other, like, pretty soon after the trade when I was like, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Because you are saying everything that I have been saying for the past, since he got traded. Probably about a year, almost up to a year now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he is the definition of a front runner. It's a very European mindset. Every European player in the NBA is just like, not every European, most European players in the NBA are just very moody. Like they think they get fouled every time they get touched. They never think they fouled anyone. When they're down, they're moping, their heads down at the timeout. They got a towel over their head. When they're up, it's all happy-go-lucky. Like, it's just kind of the way it is. And I even had a buddy that played overseas. He's like, dude, that's how they all are. Like, that's how all those people are, But no, it's a cultural thing, I guess, of just like, you see it in soccer too, a little bit of just like the incredulousness of like.
I was going to say that actually.
I didn't touch him. Like,
the sort of like
I got clobbered.
Hyper emotional prima donna vibe is very much the European athlete. It absolutely is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, great show.
Great show.
Get out of here, birthday boy. It's Connor's birthday. I don't know if we expressly
I don't know that you
mentioned that on the pod.
Thank you to all those that listened. Thank you to those that showed up to chat. We love when the chat is popping. Thank you to everyone who tuned in after on YouTube or Spotify. We appreciate you. Things are rolling. Hey, the LNS pod is rolling. And
kind of a wagon, low key.
I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm liking the growth. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a good time doing this. I'm having fun.
We're having a blast.
It's a good time for us.
Hey, so. Officially official. It was probably officially official a few episodes ago. Longest time I've ever spent doing a podcast. Most amount of episodes.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
We're in uncharted waters, folks.
Hell yeah. Love it. All right. I will see you next week.
Happy birthday.
Soon. Good push. Thank you. Good pod.
Yeah.
Love you all. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace.